Hey, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of our show. And we're so happy that you can be here. Now, listen, with COVID going on, a lot of stuff, you have some money you want to invest. And where else to do the best invest? Of course, in Jamaica. And you want to know how it's done. I'm going to bring you the top of the top, the best of the best to let you know what's going on and help us out. So please welcome some of our guests. I'm going to bring into you first, Emil from JN. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, sir?
Not too bad, Charles. I see you celebrating.
We gotta have some fun. We gotta do it. So next, we're gonna bring into no stranger to the show. I think she's gonna be my new co-host. Okay, please welcome Nicole Johnson. All right, so I'm going to introduce to you a man. I think we've talked on the phone many of times, and I think this is the first time we're actually going to see ourselves face to face. So all the way from JamPro, give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Charles. Yeah, it's our first time meeting virtually, right?
Exactly. Nice. Now, the problem is, if we want to get out of here, how do we leave the country? We need to know how to leave the country properly. And the best person to do that, please welcome to the stage, Angela. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Charles. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Okay, now this last gentleman, we've never met, but I see the smile on his face. He's ready to go. Please welcome Angela to the stage.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet everyone.
All right, so real quick, I just want to ask the quick question. What have you all been doing for COVID? I know you guys have been stuck inside. You know what I mean? What's the new thing you've done? Angela, I'll start with you. What's the new thing you did for COVID?
It's funny. We've worked so much harder during COVID than the normal office hours because I have been on my social media more than I've ever been in my entire life. So we've been truly busy engaging with everyone and just getting people inspired to travel to Jamaica.
Yes, I know. And then so here it is. Let's just get right into it because people are watching and they want to know, I have money, I want to get investments because I'm getting older. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How do we start? What's the first thing? And I guess JamPro, I'm going to start off with you because, what do we need to do? How does it work?
Okay, thanks, Charles. I think before we get into the inner workings of JamPro, investing in Jamaica, just want to explain to our audience, what JamPro is and what we do. So JamPro is the economic development agency for the government of Jamaica. Essentially, our role is threefold. We promote and facilitate investments. We encourage and facilitate exports, and then we also provide some level of advocacy for the business landscape in Jamaica. Right. So just to set a little bit of a background there. For persons looking to invest in Jamaica right now, I think now is as good a time as any time would be. There's a lot happening on the island. There's a lot happening globally, and there have been some very unique opportunities that have come up because of COVID. I think right now we're seeing a lot more demand for Jamaican products overseas, especially here in Canada. I can speak directly for that. The demand for Jamaican food products is very high right now. In my daily conversations with distributors and importers here, they're saying that because people are spending more time at home, they're cooking more, etc., there's a lot more demand for food products. So that's probably one of the biggest opportunities right now for anyone who's looking to really tap into Jamaica and to invest in agriculture. It's also a good time for stock exchange investments. I'm sure Emil will probably speak a little bit further on that. He can probably deep dive into that. But some of our stocks are down, and it's good for persons who are looking to invest. Now's the time to grab those numbers because it's not going to remain at those low numbers for a long time. The economy is expected to rebound, and so we're looking forward to that.
So sorry to cut you. So you're saying it's the best time now to dive in. Everything is coming back up again. If you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it because you don't want to miss your window and dive in now.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're saying.
All right. So Emil, he was saying that now you can talk more about that. So give us a little taste on what does he mean and explain what's your company and where you're from.
Thank you very much, Charles, and hello to the rest of the panelists here. Good to see you all virtually. I am with Jamaica National, or Jane Bank, as it is really known. We here in Canada, I represent the office here. We facilitate savings and investments back to Jamaica, to Jane Bank. It has been a good journey. Just listening to Angelo, I can say that during COVID, I think I've spent more time trying to advise people, reassure Jamaicans in the diaspora that Jamaica is a safe haven to invest, to go to, and to really own a part of the rock. You know, as Stephen mentioned earlier, the stock market, although it started out this year with volumes down because of COVID, obviously, and persons sort of holding on to cash, what we saw actually was more trading on the individual side, because, and I'm not too sure if persons here know in the diaspora that you can now trade individually online through your computer on a site called J Trade Co, which is the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and to buy stocks in Jamaica. And they are at a level which invites you to spend some money in Jamaica, buy some stocks, because it's not going to remain low. And you're buying stocks for the medium to long term, so it's going to move up, and the opportunity is there. We have seen an increase in trading on the online portal. So that is good. And the funny thing is, Charles, is that the persons trading online, 60% of the trade is under age 35 and coming mostly from overseas. So that's a good indication of where the market is going.
Right.
In terms of real estate, you'd be surprised to know that the real estate market is in an uptick. There's heavy demand. And even here from Canada, we're seeing an increase in persons wanting to save in Jamaica, wanting to buy property in Jamaica. And the values are not going to go down, right? So there's good stock there. So in terms of trying to invest in Jamaica, both in terms of savings, we're having good interest rates in Jamaica. We have good investment opportunities. Real estate is a good market to get into. And I'm sure there are opportunities in tourism to get into. There are opportunities in agriculture to get into.
So that's exactly what I'm going to ask you, because for me, I'm a person that before I dive in, I have to go see things first.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I want to go see the land, I got to get over there. So the best person to talk to is you, Angela. What's the protocols right now? Can we?
Of course.
Can we go? What's the protocols?
Well, you can go. You know, we opened Jamaica to our Jamaican National on June 15th, and also to our international travelers. And it is important that we understand that the opening is a controlled open. So the country is not open for all the activities that it normally does. So first and foremost, to get to Jamaica, you now need a travel authorization certificate. This can be done through our website, visitjamaica.com, and you can apply to go to Jamaica 5 days before travel. Up to 5 days, you can make your application. And especially for our diaspora, we encourage you to make this application because there are specific protocols for your travel to Jamaica. For example, if you're going for business, if you're going to look at properties and investment, you would need to make the application as a business traveler. What does this mean? It means that you make the application 5 days before travel. You are tested in Jamaica as a business traveler because it's one of the profiles that gives you as much flexibility to do business. So you are a profile that moves around the country for business. You're tested in Jamaica. You are expected to stay in a hotel, or you can stay in a private facility. You're also expected to stay in that facility for the next 48 hours until your test results are returned to you. If the test is negative, then you are expected to go do your business, whether it's with a bank, with like a JN, or any other facility that you have decided to do business with. and you can go about doing those business and return to your hotel or return to where you're staying. We do not encourage for the rest of the diasporas that are traveling to Jamaica and staying with their families. We ask of them, and it is a requirement for them to stay at home in quarantine for 14 days. It is extremely critical that our diaspora understand this protocol because it really protects our community, it protects our workers, and it protects our country. Because after this quarantine, and once the health risk assessment is done and they deem you low risk, you will be expected to go out once per day for food, for your business transactions, and all those things, and come back to your community. We don't want you to roam around from Kingston to Montego Bay and to go look for aunts and go to any funerals or any weddings. These are not yet in place. So we beg of you, please, for the livelihood of your family, stay within the protocol.
Okay, but here's the thing though. If you need to get around, because when we get there, I see somebody that I need to talk to. If we need to travel, talk to me about the travel that we can do with you.
Well, walking hand in hand with what Angela says, it is very important that we all play our part to ensure that we keep Jamaica safe.
Right.
We want people to come here, but we want to do it in a very safe and controlled manner. And that's why at Nutsford Express, we ensure that the protocols we put in place will help to support that. Persons, yes, they do want to move around, but with the protocols that we've put in place, which is guided by what the government has laid out and also other international health partners have laid out, we believe we can move people around in a very safe manner. And one of those things is to ensure that we observe all protocols of mask wearing when you enter into our office, when you go on our coaches to travel, the checking off temperatures for everyone that utilizes our space and our service, and also ensuring that there's frequent sanitization at our locations, on our coaches, and that we provide facilities for persons using our service to have their hands sanitized or washed very frequently. And one of the things that we have taken the very bold step of, because we believe it was socially responsible, even though here our authorities and local authority allows for public transportation to operate at full capacity, we took the decision of not doing so at this time because we know there are still certain challenges that we face. So, our coaches operate at a reduced seating capacity. And, we've installed an air purifier system on our coaches to help with the constant sanitization of the air that is being circulated. So we want persons to move around, and we're here for persons to do so. We're here for persons to do so in a very safe manner. And, we respond, as Angela says, once persons come to the island, to follow the protocols and the guidelines that have been outlined, because they're there really to protect us all and to ensure that we can move away from where we're at in the COVID-19 process to the place where we can all start partying and letting our hair loose once more.
Nicole, I'm going to come to you before we move on. Make sure you follow all the protocols, because that's the main thing. Okay, we know we want to go down, we want to have fun. We want to check this family out, go to this family, and go to there. But understand, when you're going down there, we want to keep Jamaica safe. All right. So, talking about that, Nicole, what have you been finding out? The questions that people have been calling and asking about, like, what's the number one? Where can we get the resources and information?
Okay, so it seems as if there's a lot of information out there, and I can understand it's a lot to digest. You're going to find that information is probably coming from friends, family members, people who actually may not have the correct information. So what we have found is that a lot of persons have been either calling us or emailing us to ask us, okay, what are the protocols now to facilitate travel to Jamaica? So of course we direct them to our website, which is www.jcgtoronto.ca. And we do have the protocols, the current protocols uploaded onto the site that will be for the period August to the end of September. We also encourage persons to go on the website www.visitjamaica.com, because the protocols are actually there. So you can actually sit down and go through that and just become off bay with the protocols and what to expect. Not hearing you.
If you're looking for more information, where's the key places to go for each person? So I'm going to start with you, Emil. If you're looking for information, what's your website?
www.jnbank.com.
All right. Jampro.
DoBusinessJamaica.com.
JTB.
It's very simple. Visit Jamaica.com. And just to share also, Charles, keep two things in mind. If you're going for business, you'll be tested. If you're going to spend time at home, you are not tested on arrival. So these are two critical points for our diaspora. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Say that one more time. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I'm going out for business. I'm going out for pleasure. So say that one more time, please.
Exactly. So if you are going to stay with friends and family, and you're not going to JN Bank for taking out a loan to buy a fabulous home, you are not tested on arrival. Okay. You are, however, on arrival, you go through a pre-screening and a risk assessment. Everyone has to do that. So our health authorities go through a whole pre-screening with you to assess you. And this is part of even the application for the travel authorization.
Oh, okay.
If you are going for business, if you're a business traveler from the diaspora, you are tested because your movement is more extensive, and you will be going to the bank. You'll be going to look at a property. You'll be looking at different locations, and therefore you will be tested, and you are expected to take your transportation to certified transportation companies like Knotsford Express or the JCAL or the other approved Jamaica Tourist Board facilities that we have for transportation. So those are two very critical points that are questions that come to us a lot. We handle high numbers of calls and just giving information on how to make the application online.
Okay, so this is what I want to do now. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, real quick, I'm going to ask each one of you guys a quick point of your opinion on the best thing to do right now. Because I know the thing about me is when I go online, there's so many different options right now to do. We get confused. There's so many things we can do. So when we come back, I'm just going to pick your brains real quick. We'll be right back.
Thank you for making Knotsford Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Knotsford Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask, covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Knotsford Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Fire up the grill and spice things up, Canada, with Grace Jerk barbecue sauce and marinade. Infusing your meal with the delicious, authentic flavor of the islands. Bring the jerk to your barbecue with Grace.
Grace, Canada's favorite coconut water.
Spice up your next party with Grace Jerk Chicken Wings in 3 delicious flavors: hot jerk, mild jerk, and honey jerk. Pop them in the oven for 25 minutes and enjoy Grace Jerk Chicken Wings like nothing you've ever tasted before.
Yes, and we're back, and I got another guest. I'm going to bring him in right now. There he is. Hello, David.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We barely can hear you, David. If you can just turn it up a little bit.
What happened here? Okay, I may have to speak up a little louder.
There you go. Everybody can hear David?
Yes, yes.
All right, so I'm going to hand it over to David. We'll be right back. Go ahead, David.
Thank you very much. And sorry for the little bit of an inconvenience and the late start, but we're going to get this show on the road. So first off, I want to recognize the group that put this all together. Quite a lot of work to get to this point. And so the Jamaican Canadian Coast to Coast group, as they have dubbed themselves. So good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. And this is our first National Jamaican Independence Celebration, a virtual one, of course. And we're going to start off talking about the Jamaica. So let's start off with Jamaica is the largest island in the English-speaking Caribbean and the most populated with 2.93 million people. Like its neighbor, Jamaica is vulnerable to natural disasters such as hurricanes and flooding and the effects of climate change. While boasting an upper middle income economy, Jamaica has been plagued with low economic growth, high public debt, and constantly affected by external shocks. In 2013, Jamaica launched an ambitious reform program to stabilize the economy, reduce debt, and fuel growth. As of 2019, public debt has fell below 100% of GDP, and the intention is to continue to reduce public debt as a ratio of GDP to below 60% by 2025-26. The rate of unemployment also fell to an historic low of 7.2% in October of 2019, which is almost half the rate at the start of the reform program. While inequality in Jamaica is low when compared to some of its neighbors, particularly in Latin America and the Caribbean, poverty remains at 19%, which is normally, as we say, below the poverty line, which is significant. Stronger and more resilient economic growth is needed to eliminate poverty and boost shared crime and violence levels remain high, emphasizing the need to address the issues of youth unemployment, education, and social cohesion. Join me today in discussing these issues. Joining me is Angela Bennett, Regional Director of Tourism for Canada, in Canada. She's for Jamaica, of course. Angela has almost 30 years experience in the travel industry. Leading the Tourism Board's national sales team, she works closely with industry partners and travel agents across the country to build a relationship, educate others about the island, and drive year-round tourism to Jamaica. Angela hails from Montego Bay and has worked in hospitality sales and marketing industry globally. Next, we have Emil Spence, interim head of Jamaica National Bank, Canada Representative Office. Emil is an economic graduate of the University of the West Indies. He has served the Jamaica National Group in several strategic capacities, ranging from branch manager to senior marketing executive, with responsibility for marketing, distribution, and representative offices, and general manager, Jane Money Services and Jane Life Insurance. Mr. Spence was also Jane Group Executive for New Businesses, Development and Research, conceptualizing and implementing products and services at the corporate and commercial level. His knowledge of local and overseas financial markets placed him in a unique position to capitalize on cutting-edge technologies and products which enhanced the Jane Group's new business initiative. Mr. Spence is also an avid sportsman and a member of both the Kingston and the Melbourne cricket clubs.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious home-style Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and rotis. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Food. 403-230-1880.
Packaging and shipping can be stressful. Call the experts today. We have an affordable cost just for you. Jamaican owned, CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding at 416-357-4266, serving all CARICOM countries. CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding is always ready to support returning residents. We do hands-on packaging services, ship boxes, barrels. We also do custom crates, palletizing and wrapping. We can also arrange for door-to-door service in Jamaica. We will also deliver empty barrels to get you started. 416-357-4266. Call today.
Hello. Yes, we're back live. I think what happens there, he's a little bit behind on the contact there, so we'll bring him in a little bit later. But before we go, I asked a question. I wanted to know hints. I love my viewers to get hints from you guys. Okay, so key things. And I want to start with JamPro. What is hot right now? That's what I need to know. What's hot? What should we be, instead of wasting our time here and here? Give me a little taste bud. What's hot?
Charles, I think the hottest opportunity right now is anything to do with agriculture, right? I mean, of course, healthcare, given the circumstances, but that will take a lot of capital and it will take a lot of, to get to that speed. But the lowest hanging fruit that we're seeing right now is agriculture. Of course, Jamaica benefits from over 300 days of sunshine throughout the year. We have excellent weather, excellent soil conditions. We have a number of thousands of acres of arable land that's just sitting there waiting to be utilized. So yeah, as a matter of fact, JamPro actually has a call for farming projects right now. If persons go on our website, dobusinessjamaica.com, they can actually register their investment project, and we will guide them through the process and how to get things set up, what are the crops that they should be focusing on. We can help them find the markets here in Canada, the US, the UK, etc. So definitely agriculture.
Perfect. Okay, here it is. I'm going to go to Jamaica. It's my first time to Jamaica. What's the hotel I'm going to? Angela.
That is a very, very uncomfortable question to ask. But I will say to you, what is hot right now is the best hotel deals in Jamaica.
All
so
right.
We have a new campaign. It's called Rediscover Jamaica, where we invite our diaspora to come to Jamaica, stay in a hotel, because it is now more affordable than it's ever been before. And you'll have a great time with your family and come right back to Canada. That's all we ask.
I thought I was gonna reel her in that one. You know what I mean?
There's so many options. There's wonderful cruises that are down open right now. You have also the boutique hotels that are more favorable right now because they're smaller. But all the hotels, the protocols are in these hotels to protect you. You have the buffet still. You won't lose your buffet. And they are just served. Instead of you serving yourself, the buffets are served. The hotels have all their protocols to protect you. And the deals are hot. I mean, rates as low as you can get them for the best hotels in Jamaica. Book it with your tour operators here in Canada. We have Air Canada going to Jamaica. We have WestJet going to Jamaica. We have Air Canada Vacation going to Jamaica. All of these are the key airlines right now. So now is the perfect time for diasporas to come to Jamaica, but stay in a hotel.
That's right. Start moving around. All right. So Emil, I'm going to finish off with two questions with last real quick because we have to go. We're running almost out of time here. All right. Tell us, when we hear about JN, we don't know that JN has a lot of benefits. Okay. Well, because you're connected to car service. You're connected to a lot of stuff that we don't know about. Can you just touch on that real quick?
Jane Bank is that you get access to a lot of things which can make you enjoy Angela's hotel ride, enjoy Northwood Express, and enjoy Janco. But Jane, we have, in terms of our subsidiaries, we have a life insurance company. We have one of the largest general insurance companies in Jamaica. We also have the Jamaica Automobile Association facility, which allows you, similar to your CAA here, which allows you to have roadside service and other services related to a car. And in all of this, when you become a JN member, you get access to all of these in a benefit package. So the cost is very minimal to you, where you're not only saving in terms of money in a bank, but you also be able to enjoy reduced rates on insurance. You're also being able to enjoy reduced rates on loans. So it is good to become a member of the JN family and to be able to access all that is happening in the marketplace.
All right. So our time is up. But before we go one more time, I just want to thank Knuckford. Can we give Knuckford a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Because without them and their company, this would be possible. So we thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much, because this is the information that we're looking for. We need this information. So before we go one more time, I need phone numbers. If people need to contact the offices, how do they can get in touch with you by email or phone number? Nicole, I'll start with you.
Okay, so you can always call us at 416-598-3008. We have our website. Again, that's www.jcgtoronto.ca. And you can always email us at info@jcgtoronto.ca.
All right. We're going to go with Angela. How can we get a hold of you?
So it's the Jamaica Tourist Board office, and we're in the same building as the council office. Cool. And our telephone number is 416-482-7850. I encourage everyone to go to our website, visit jamaica.com. All the information, every protocol, all the information, all the hotels, all the attractions, everything that you will need to know before you go to Jamaica. And that's the website that you actually take the application for the travel authorization and also for your immigration application. All done there.
All right. Jampro.
We can be contacted at 416-932-2200. Our website is dobusinessjamaica.com. You can send me an email from the website. You can reach out to us via that number that I give you. And yeah, that's the best way to contact us.
All right. And then JN?
www.jnbank.com. And you can get our emails. You can email us from there. And we're at 416-784-9657.
All right. And my friend, I need to travel. Where can I get a hold of you?
Definitely. You can contact us at 1-876-971-1822 or our website at www.nutsfredexpress.com or email us at info@nutsfredexpress.com.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. I really appreciate it. But if you're watching, don't go nowhere, because we have Donovan coming in with another panel, and he's got something exciting for you. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious home-style Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and rotis. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Foods. 403-230-1880.
Yes, and as I said to you before, the main man is here. Please welcome to the show, Donovan. How you doing, sir?
I am pretty good. Ready to do some what? Go on.
All right. So the stage is yours, sir.
All right. I got to run the butcher.
Yeah, yard man. Yeah, yard man, don't respect. I want to a yard. I respect and love, man, to all Jamaica, no matter where in the world. One eye, like I own you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I have Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican.
Okay, greetings. Welcome to a special edition of What a Guan. My name is Donovan Simon. I'm the president of the Jamaican Canadian Association, Alberta, based in Calgary. And What a Guan is a special way for us to connect to our community, talk about things that our association is doing, talk about things that are happening in our city, in our country, in Jamaica, and the world. Today, we're going to talk about connecting to Jamaica. We have some special guests on this special edition of What a Guan. But before we get into that, there's a feature on this show that we have to do for everybody. It's the Patois phrase of the day, where we share our wonderful language with the world. This one is very popular, and hopefully the Jamaicans watching the show will know what this means and share it with others. Lickle but with talawa. So the word talawa is as deep patois as you get, and I'm sure you don't hear it in any other language. So for the Jamaicans watching this special edition of What a Guan, please add some clarity in the comments so that those who are watching can learn and appreciate the Jamaican patois. Like I said, What a Guan is something that we do every Friday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Just search for JC Alberta or JC Alberta on Facebook, and you get to join the program. Today, we're going to talk about connecting to Jamaica, and I'd love to bring some guests in to share their perspectives with me. I've got Nicole Johnson, who is Consular General of Toronto, right? She's going to come on. If we can bring her on, Charles, that would be great. We've got Neil Gordon DeCiccio. She's the Canadian rep on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Yeah, here we go. Neela, greetings. How you doing?
Greetings. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Okay. And let's also check. I think we have Kashane Denton, who is a member of the Global Diaspora Youth Council.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. Kashane, wagwan.
Medea.
You're there. All right. So we're going to talk about connecting to Jamaica. You two ladies serve on a very important panel. So, Neela, let me start with you, and I'll give a little intro. Neela is born in Canada, but is Jamaican to the core. In fact, spent a while in Jamaica in 2008 as part of the Grace Kennedy Birthright Program, and went back and did some work at the Norman Manley Law School, to the point where in Canada, I think it was last year, top 40 under 40. Big up, right?
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with you, Neela. Explain to us a little bit about the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. What is this and what does it do?
Okay, so it'd be awesome if we'd be able to do a poll, because I think some of you have heard the term floating around but might not necessarily know what the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is about. But I'm here to share that we are a 28-person, nonpartisan group of volunteers. We are meant to represent advisors and act as a consultative body that helps to create pathways for increased engagement with the Jamaican diaspora and the homeland. Ideally, this was birthed out of an idea that came out of the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Affairs. And one of our main goals are to reflect inclusivity, give the diaspora a voice in matters that affect them or us, expand and collaborate among and within the diaspora to hopefully reinforce the critical partnerships between the country and our respective jurisdictions. Now, I did mention that there's 28 of us, and 14 of those 28 are elected members. Those elections were held late last year, and members sit from the elected positions in Canada, the UK, and the US. Then there's 14 other appointed members that cover 6 regions, which include Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Latin America, Middle East, and Europe, excluding the UK. We cover about 7 sectors, which include education, health, arts, sports and culture, citizen security, faith-based community, and commerce. So we sort of look at everything from a very macro level, and when called upon by the ministry for insights into what's happening with the diaspora and how we can contribute, we help lend an ear to those here on the ground in Canada, and bridge those connections to back home so that we are part of those decisions in an informed manner.
So effectively, we cover the world through this Diaspora Council.
We do.
Right?
Yeah.
And joining us is Consulate General at Toronto, Nicole Oido.
I don't know about consul, not consul general, consul.
Regent, CG. Matter of time.
Sorry, I had a bit of a glitch. So
yeah, man, no worries. Let's let it go. So based on let's extend the conversation based on what Neela just said. What is the role of the Consul General in Toronto? What are some of the services provided there?
Okay, great question. So of course, the consulate is the representative, the official representative of the government of Jamaica. So our parent ministry is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. And that ministry, of course, is responsible for executing Jamaica's foreign policy. So we have a sister mission in Ottawa as well. And basically what we seek to do is to fulfill the foreign policy of Jamaica. In particular, the Jamaican consulate, we provide services to our diaspora, as well as persons who are seeking to visit Jamaica. So there are a wide range of things that we do offer. So for example, persons who wish to come in to apply for their Jamaican citizenship, persons who want to do their passports, whether it's for the first time, a renewal or a replacement, persons who are seeking to apply for visas to enter Jamaica, emergency certificates, we do certification of documents. So a range of things which can actually be found on our website, www.jcgtoronto.ca.
Well, that's a whole heap of thing that you do. And hold on, before I go further, for all the people who went to Immaculate Conception, Nicole, all right, you have to big up Immaculate, right? Right?
Thanks.
So, Kashin, let's go to you. You're a member of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council.
Yeah.
And you notice I didn't call the other one the Senior Council because Neela, right?
Thank you.
We don't want to offend anyone, so it's okay.
Right. So talk to us about the Youth Council. You're the Eastern Canada Regional Leader. What's this council about? What does it do?
So it basically expand on what I said, we're out the same.
We're struggling with Keshian's audio. We'll cycle back on. Okay, well, welcome to technology. That's COVID and the internet. So, Kashin, while we cycle back onto your question, Neela, let's talk a little bit about what inspired you. Why did you want? Because you're an elected member of this council, right? What was your inspiration? Why did you want to be on this council?
I wanted to be on the council because I really thought it was important that the council reflected leadership that helped to bridge the gap in terms of, I think, as a second generation. So I'm born here in Canada, and I do have a strong connection to back home. And that identity was built through annual trips, spending time with my family in St. Elizabeth and Kingston. So getting that variety and realizing, especially through the Grace Kennedy Birthright Program, that Jamaica is as much as my homeland as it is my parents and my grandparents. Right. And I just think that that's important, especially in a time when we are all, I think, digging deeper to learn more about ourselves and our heritage. fostering a strong connection to back home that is also timely and meaningful to us in the present circumstances was one of the reasons why I wanted to connect and help create a voice and hopefully lend an ear to be able to address some of the causes that we may want to address over the next 3 years.
Right. So as we talk about causes and the things that are important, right? Nicole, how does the consulate work in partnership with these councils? What's the synergy there?
Okay, so for sure, what we try to do is to work very closely with our Global Jamaica Diaspora reps because they are also the eyes and ears on the ground, right? And the consulate plays that role as well. But of course, it's always wonderful when you have a network of persons with whom you can collaborate so we can actually discuss the issues that are of concern to the Jamaican diaspora. So it's imperative, and in fact, I just wanted to say that we have had to collaborate even closer as a result of COVID, or as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have worked together to create a response, so to speak, to assist our most vulnerable Jamaicans in the diaspora. So it's a great mechanism. It's wonderful because we cannot do it alone.
Right.
Yes, because we do have very limited resources. So it is important that we utilize the assistance of our Global Jamaica Diaspora Rep councils so that we can work together for the betterment of the diaspora here.
Okay. Kashin, welcome back. I see COVID tried to play with your internet. No, don't worry yourself.
Is it better now, though? It's good?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better now.
Okay, great. So
all right. So where were we? I mean, I never tell people that you're from St. James, but tell us a little bit about the youth council.
Sure. Yeah. So I was saying that it's kind of born out of the same idea that Nyla referenced for what we call the main council, not the seniors. But yeah, but what we're specifically targeted towards as part of the national diaspora policy is to engage with youth and young people. And so our target audience is 18 to 35. And I'm not trying to age Nyla.
Thank you. I was in that category, but that's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so our focus is to get those persons, and not just first generation Jamaicans living abroad, but also second and third generations or persons of Jamaican heritage by extension, whatever it may be, to come on board and get involved. Because as you know, even as young people, we all have a part to play in terms of developing the policies that engage the diaspora, right? And giving back to Jamaica. And so what we aim to do is to kind of galvanize and bring together persons, regardless of where you were born. Like Nyla said, she's as Jamaican as anyone else, even though she was born here in Canada. I was born in Jamaica, but not too far. But yeah, it's to bring everyone together, regardless of where they were born, or maybe it was a grandparent who was Jamaican. Maybe they've never been to Jamaica and are looking at, going in and claiming that heritage. And in addition to that, we also look at ways that we can develop each other and help each other. So we have like groups where we've seen so much bonding in the last little while that we've been together, where someone comes in the chat and say, hey, I need someone that does this. And right away they have like 5 people saying, okay, let's link up. What do you need? Like, I got you. So it's really kind of getting the youth perspective and also bringing the youth together to not just give back to Jamaica, but also to build on who they are, where they are. And sometimes, they could be across the world and feel like they don't have that family feeling. And so we use that as an opportunity as well, this council, to bring that to them wherever they are.
Okay, so let's extend that conversation, and this is going to be for everybody. We're celebrating Jamaica 58, but all of us, they are foreigners, as they would say in Jamaica. What are some of the things that this whole celebration brings out for you as a Jamaican in the diaspora? Maybe let's start with you, Nicole.
Thank you, Donovan. So, it was just such a wonderful experience yesterday, being able to watch the activities that were taking place in Jamaica, and in particular, it was just very fascinating to see, you know, the response of our people, both at home and abroad. And basically, what that says to me is that no matter where we are proud as a people, and we have not allowed COVID-19 to stop us from celebrating who we are, what we have achieved. Jamaica is a young country in the context of things, but we have a lot of things to be proud of. So I am just happy that, you know, despite the fact that we would have had to move to a virtual platform to celebrate these achievements, we for sure, I believe, would have, you know, as it relates to the theme of this year, being resilient and strong, I think that was just a perfect example. And I also wanted to convey as well, you know, heartfelt congratulations to the Jamaican Canadian associations across Canada for coming together to put on a program like this from one end of to the next. Yeah, that's amazing. It's an amazing collaborative effort. And, you know, it just goes to show, you know, we as Jamaicans, we have that spirit of collaboration and community and fellowship, and we're gonna hold each other's hands, and we're gonna make our diaspora as strong as ever.
Okay, awesome. Neela.
Yep. Just to piggyback on that, I think what we're looking at is as much as COVID has forced us to physically distance, we've become a lot closer, both on a local, national, and even global level, right? We're using technology to our advantage. And I think what has been significant about this particular anniversary is the feeling a sense of belonging, right? I think now realizing that there are other people that are thinking the same way as you, they're taking charge and being leaders within their respective communities and acting as positive representations of what we represent as a nation. It's something that it warms my heart. And knowing that we are rich in culture, but we're also doers during a time when it can be quite challenging for many. And we are in it together, and we are focusing on getting through it together, and we'll be stronger because of it.
Yeah, resilient and strong. Kashian, you get the last word. How does this whole Jamaica 58 celebration of independence, what does that bring out for you?
You know what? It brings out a sense of pride and a sense of joy. And just, I've always been like very proud to be Jamaican, and just celebrating and knowing that like we're going through what we're going through, but we're still pushing through as a country, as a people, whether we're home or abroad in the diaspora. And just seeing how everyone came together. And after our celebration here that we did, I watched the national celebrations back home, and just seeing that no matter what's happening, and even though we're going through such a hard time, we still push through. And so it makes me even more proud to be Jamaican, because like the theme says, resilient and strong, like our strength and our resilience and how we go through anything. I know like in Jamaica, we say, you know, you take bad things make joke, but I think it's a coping mechanism that like is unique to us as Jamaicans, where no matter what we're going through, we push. And for me, it's just really proud. Like yesterday, all my meetings at work, I was in my colors. I took every opportunity I got to tell everyone that it's Jamaica's independence, and everyone knew I had a flag in my background for all the meetings, and everybody was like, what's going on? And that's exactly the reaction I wanted, because I wanted an opportunity to say, Jamaica is 58, and in the grand scheme of things, we are young, but like we've made our mark. We're punching way above our weight on a world scale, and I am absolutely proud of us.
Awesome, awesome. Neela, Nicole, Keshin, thank you for joining Wataguan as we connect with Jamaica and celebrate Jamaica 58. For those watching, don't go anywhere. We're going to have another quick discussion about the Pan-African Credit Union. We're going to run some commercials. Ladies, thanks. Take care.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. Happy Independence.
Bye.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Welcome back to a special edition of Wataguan. My name is Donovan Simon. I'm the president of the Jamaican Canadian Association, Alberta. And just for those who don't know about Wataguan, we do it every Friday night on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. So please join us as we discuss issues that affect us all across Canada, all across Jamaica, all across the world. The next discussion we're going to have is about the Pan African Credit Union. It's an initiative being done here in Canada. And a special guest is going to join us, David Betty, who is both the treasurer of the JCA Toronto and a member of the steering and planning committee for the Pan African Credit Union. David.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Well, I'm all right, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All
As I say,
right.
Wataguan.
Wataguan. Yeah. So PACU, or Pan African Credit Union, as it is properly known, is an initiative that's been going on for a while. What's the status? Where are we with this initiative?
Yes. First of all, thank you, Alvin, for inviting us me to chat a little bit about PACU, and I'd be happy to bring you and everybody up, your guests, up to speed as to where we're at. So we've completed the survey. We've done the analysis of the survey. So we have pretty much come up with some numbers that says the credit union is feasible. We've been able to conclude that. So now we are putting some meat on the bones in terms of the business plan, because in order to apply for a license, we need to demonstrate to the regulator that the business plan, the business itself is viable, and we have a plan to make it work and to be sustainable. So that's where we're at now. We're filling that out. Obviously, we're working a number of tracks, so we are also reaching out to different communities to engage them as we go.
Okay. So what's the rollout plan? When can I make my first deposit? When can I open my account?
You're not the only one who wants to know that, including myself. So as it works, before we can do anything, we need to get a license from the regulator. It's FISRA. So FISRA is so first of all, I should back up and explain that credit unions normally are provincial, and so they're regulated by a provincial body. In our case in Ontario, it's FISRA. And so FISRA is the one that regulates us, and they're the one who grants us that license, so that right, and certifies us as a credit union. And so they need for us to present to them an argument, which is pretty much on paper, nothing in, no argument per se. Everything's got to be in black and white, demonstrating that we've got a viable initiative. And once we do that, hopefully they'll grant us the license. We're hoping that will happen this year. If not this year, then early next year, because our timetable to open doors is summer of next year.
Okay. All right. So maybe a quick question. How does the community play a role in PACU, and what are some of the principles behind a Pan-African credit union?
Okay, so let me answer the first piece, which is how the community can play a role. And first of all, they have been playing a role, because we did the survey. We had 1,023 people responded. So, I'll give you all yourself,
that's a lot.
all a pat, because that was really good. And they told us in no uncertain term that they think this is a good idea, and they will support it. So we need their support, not only on paper there, but we need their support in terms of their dollars as well. Both now, as we're going to try to raise the pledge for the capital that we need to demonstrate that we have in order to open the credit union. But also, when it opens this door, we need for them to follow up with the pledge they made and the commitments they made to bring the dollars in terms of that. We also need for them to spread the word, because some people are going to hear about it through word of mouth. As our culture, a lot of what goes around goes through word of mouth. So we need them to spread the word for sure. In terms of, and remind me of your second question before I answer it.
Yeah, how do they help? And you're saying bring your money, spread the word, right?
Right. And so, I think you asked me the principles. Exactly. Yes. Okay. So credit union is a very old institution. I was researching, and it goes back to something like 1844. And funny enough, the reason for it then is the reason for it now in the Black community, which it was two reasons for the credit union. It was two initiatives pretty much that became almost one in England and one in Germany, and they both were trying to find ways of getting money into people who were disenfranchised through the proper system. And the second reason was, of course, to avoid usury, which is people paying, more than a high interest rate to get money. And so those are basically the two reasons for starting a credit union. It hasn't changed. It's a cooperative, which means that everybody in the credit union owns the credit union. So it is owned by its shareholders, which is everybody. And you technically, and I say technically because there are some nuances to this, but you can't have an account unless you are an owner, so to speak. So you are, it's everybody business. It's fluid thing, so to speak. There is an allowance, I think, for, and listen to this, 3%. 3% of our membership could not be actually from our community or from that community as we defined it. 3%. So that's a really small amount. So again, they're making sure that it's controlled by us.
Okay. All right, lots going on. We're coming to the end of Watagwan. David, thanks for joining us and thanks for giving us an update on Paco. And for the people in Ontario, listen out, check out the JCA website, check out Paco. Where can they find information?
For sure. Paco.ca is easy stop. P-A-C-U. Paco.ca.
Okay, awesome. Yes. All right, David, thanks for giving us an update and take care, brother.
Happy to be here, man, anytime. Thanks for having us.
Sounds good. All right, we're going to wrap up Watagwan special edition as we celebrate Jamaica 58 Jamaicans coast to coast. Like I said, we do this every Friday night here in Calgary. Check us out on our Facebook page, jcaalberta.com. Until next time, this is Donovan Simon checking out. Take care, stay safe, be good.
Packaging and shipping can be stressful. Call the experts today. We have an affordable cost just for you. Jamaican owned, CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding at 416-357-4266, serving all CARICOM countries. CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding is always ready to support returning residents. We do hands-on packaging services, ship boxes, barrels. We also do custom crates, palletizing and wrapping. We can also arrange for door-to-door service in Jamaica. We will also deliver empty barrels to get you started. 416-357-4266. Call today.
Yes, we're back live, and I want to bring in another host for another segment. She's always smiling. She's always ready. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Carol. There she is. I think she's muted. Unmute your mic, Carol. There we go. 357. There we go. Carol, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
There we go. We got a slight delay on yours, so we're going to try it again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Yes.
There you go. We can bring you in now. Yes. So just letting everybody know that the schedule is, we are about 10 minutes or 15 minutes behind on our schedule, but all of our entertainment, all of our acts, all of our guests are ready and willing to come on. And your first guest is actually here. So I'm going to hand it off to you to welcome your first guest.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And good evening and welcome to our cinema and comedy segment. We are so happy that you've joined us this evening as we celebrate Jamaica 58 independence under the theme Resilient and Strong. It is a cultural thing. In this segment, you will learn about the movie The Harder They Come, and there will be musical presentation, and get ready to put your dancing shoes on, and also you're going to be laughing tonight until your belly busts. So prepare to have a catawampus time with us here this afternoon. So my first guest this evening is Professor Lyde Ledbetter. Dr. Ledbetter Jr. has been teaching and publishing of subjects in African world studies for over a decade. He is an alumni of Lincoln University and received his PhD in African Studies from Temple University in 2013, and he has recently earned a second master's in international human rights law from Oxford University. He has taught in private K-12 African-centered school in Philadelphia, as well as several colleges and universities in the United States of America. Currently, Dr. Ledbetter also teaches community history courses to the African and African descendant community organization Jaku Combit in Ottawa, including a Stay in Cinema course that explores Black history from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome Professor Clyde Ledbetter.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hello,
Carol.
Professor.
It's a pleasure to be here with everybody tonight and celebrating Jamaica 58. Last year I got to speak, I'm here in Ottawa, and I got to speak with the Jamaican Association here on Heroes Day last year. So I love being a part of the community. The only reason I am a part of the community is because my wife's Jamaican. So I love being a part of this family. I won't be too long because I don't tell jokes, I don't dance, I don't sing, and I know that's kind of what we're here for. But I just want to give us a little bit of background about a very important film, The Harder They Come, its importance to Jamaican culture, its importance to Black cinema around the world, and then we'll get right into some performances that really give life to this movie. So I'm going to share my screen if the panelists don't mind. If you don't mind, if I could share my screen. Is it sharing? I don't know if they're allowing me. Don't need to. Anyway, I'll move on. But this film, The Harder They Come, released in 1972, starring Jimmy Cliff, directed by Perry Hensel. It showed Jamaica to the world on film in cinema in a way that it told a Jamaican story. It didn't have Jamaica previously in oh, okay, they won't let me show it. That's fine. Previously in film, whenever you see Jamaica on film, it was always through the eyes of other people. Jamaica was always the exotic background to someone else's story. You know, it was a place where white movie characters would go and you see Black men in white clothes. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. It would always be the background to someone else's story. Well, in 1969, Perry Hensel got together with some other folks and decided that they were going to tell a story, a truly Jamaican story. And it's really interesting because Perry Hensel is a white Jamaican, upper class man, born to a wealthy family, but he also was born in the one of the seeding areas of the Rastafari movement, the Rastafari faith. So Perry Hensel comes up and he also forms a relationship with Michael Manley, the prime minister who wins election in 1972. But before the election, he's starting to create this movie. And one of the things that he says about this movie is the theme of the movie, the theme of The Harder They Come is, can a little man get through? Can a little man get through? So it's not only the story of one individual, but it's also a story of a nation 10 years into independence, a tiny nation that's about to do big things. Can a little man get through? So he starts the process of creating this movie by going back to Jamaican history, going back to the 1940s to tell the story of Vincent Ivanhoe Martin, also known as Rygen or Rygan, this escaped convict who went on the run for about 42 days. He ends up killing 3 people. One of them's actually 4 people. One of them's a police officer. And he captures the nation's attention for 42 days while he's on the run. And he goes down in the folklore history because of how he's talked about in the media as this character. So what Hensel wants to do is he wants to tell this story, but tell it in the setting of the late 1960s and update it. So he writes an initial script and he thinks about how can I tell the story of Rygen in 1968. At the same time, we're getting a change in government with the election of Michael Manley, an election that actually the director Perry Hensel worked on. He was real close with Michael Manley. Another fun fact, Michael Manley's 4th wife, Beverly, actually appears in the movie, actually before they're married, Mrs. Beverly Anderson. She actually has a small part in the movie. But in 1972, you get the election of Michael Manley. You're seeing a change. After 10 years of independence, the people are wondering, we got this freedom. What are we doing with it? Well, my life hasn't changed that much since the British were in charge. And Michael Manley provided that hope. In his election, his campaign, he used the rhythms of reggae. He used the symbolisms of the poor. He had a message where he made promises to the everyday working people. And Manley and Hensel and this new vision of what Jamaica was going to present to the world really all comes together with this film. And it's not in isolation. It's all in connection with Black film that's coming up from around the world at this time. In Senegal, Ousmane Sembene releases a movie in 1968 called The Money Order. It's about a man, same type of theme as The Harder They Come. A poor man trying to figure his way out in a newly independent nation, and this time it's Senegal. In 1971, Black director Melvin Van Peebles presents Sweetback's Badass Song, another movie about a rebel, someone that's on the run from the police officer, but a righteous rebel. And then in 1972, we get the film Superfly, about, again, another rebel, somebody that's trying to make it out of the hood and using the drug game, themes that all also appear in The Harder They Come. So it's not in isolation. It's part of a broader movement in Black cinema to show what life is like and the aspirations of Black folks and how they are presented through these individual characters that are striving to make their way in a world that's incredibly hostile to them. And all they want to do is survive and thrive. The soul of this movie, the real soul of this movie comes from two places. Hensel starts the project off, and his original script, the original title for the movie is just called Rajan. But he brings on the writer Trevor Rome as his co-writer for the film, who works on the script. And an article from Loretta Collins, she wrote, I would argue that Rome's contributions to the script revision were far from insignificant and should receive substantial more credit from critics who often forget to mention his name at all when references are made to Hensel's masterpiece. So Trevor Rome, born in St. Catharines, trained in the theater in England, studies theater, but he realizes they only want him to play the parts of stereotypical Black parts. So he comes back to Jamaica and he wants to tell Jamaican stories. First through the theater, but then he gets this opportunity to work with Hensel to write this movie. And he changes the script. He changes it from just being a typical gangster flick of a man escaping from the police and being on the run. He adds something to it. He makes it about a country boy coming to the city to figure out, to make his way. He adds to it about the hardships that this young man, he's an honest young man, but he comes to the city, he comes to the big city from the country, and he's robbed and he's treated harshly, and all he wants to do is the honest way to survive. But he realizes that in this city, you can't survive being an honest man, so it takes him down a different path. Trevor Rome gave a spirit to the movie, and we should never forget his contribution as the co-writer to this film, with the way many like to do. So never forget the name of Trevor Rome. Then the other figure, the most important figure that gives the soul to this movie, is of course Jimmy Cliff, the great musician, and this movie shows the great actor Jimmy Cliff. He brings the story of Rajan to life, and then he adds another extra dimension to it. In the initial script, again, it was just about this man who escapes and goes on the run. What Jimmy Cliff does, he adds the musical element to it. He adds the idea that Rajan is not only just someone trying to make it as a worker, but also trying to make it in the music business. And he provides this soundtrack that exposes reggae to the world. When this movie is released in 1972, it's a blockbuster. When it's first released in Jamaica, even the prime minister can't get into the theater to see it. There's lines around the block, 40,000 strong come to the theater to watch it. When it goes to the United States and to England, it shows a real Jamaica. The way Hensel shot it, only one person in the movie is actually a trained actor. Everyone else are folks from that are pretty much living that life. Jimmy Cliff is a producer, an artist, and he shows what life is like in the music industry and how artists are exploited. So I don't want to talk a whole lot more because we got some great performers that are coming up, and I really want you to hear that. But we're going to come back for a little tiny discussion at the end of the performances. So while we're doing that, those of you that are in the comments, if someone could check on Facebook, if you've seen this film, if you remember the film, I just want to ask one simple question. What themes in this film, from your memory, do you think we still have today in 2020? I'll share a few of the ones that I have, and we'll talk about it for a little bit. But I'm going to shut up because just as much as you guys are looking forward to the performances, I'm looking forward to them as well. So I'll stop there for now.
Thank you for a very great presentation, Professor Ledbetter. And we definitely want to hear the ending part of this. But before we do that, let's get some performance in there. Because, you know, people love the music of Jimmy Cliff. And so that's who we are featuring here tonight. So up next, we'll have Cola, born in Jamaica. She's a business owner and reside here in Ottawa, Gatineau area. And she performs at many great events, and she sings in the likes of the academic choir, the Prince Charles. She sings for Diana Ross. She also sing at the NAC, which is the National Arts Center here in Ottawa. She also sang at the Governor General Gala and for our Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Let's welcome Miss Cola Diva singing Many Rivers to Cross.
Hi everyone, this is Cola singing for you, Jimmy Cliff, Many Rivers to Cross. Happy Independence Day, Jamaica. Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I am lost as I travel along white cliffs of Dover. Many
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you.
Wow, what a powerful rendition that was.
Passengers and staff entering our facilities
Now
will be
we're going to
required
the
to wear a
commercial.
mask covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutswood Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Dan O'Donnell is an insurance agent at World Financial Group. Looking for financial security and protection throughout Ontario? Just give Dan a call at 613-521-0173 or email him danodonnell585@gmail.com. He loves helping young Jamaican Canadian families to get financial protection by the right investments and the right life insurance. Call 613-521-0173 to be free.
Do we have more performances?
There seems to be a delay.
Just that. Oh, okay.
Yes, we do. We have one more. We have coming up next. We have King's Shadrach, who is going to be singing. Howard Johnson, also known as King Shadrach, is a professional reggae artist with over 17 years experience in the Canadian and international stage. Since 1993, Howard has pursued his own artistic vision and is dedicated to the ongoing development of his musical practice. Let's welcome Shadrach.
You must have been there tonight, but we want to do it, see? Sitting here in limbo, but I know it won't be long. Listen, well, I'm sitting here in limbo, like I'm burning down the song. Well, they're putting up a resistance, but I know that my faith's gonna lead me home. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for my dice to roll. Sitting here in limbo, got some time to search my soul. Come on. Well, they're putting up a resistance, but I know that my faith's gonna lead me home. Listen, well, I don't know where life will lead me, but I know where I've been, and I can't see life will show me, but I know what I've seen. Tried my hand at love and friendship, but that all that past and gone. This Rasta boy is moving on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for my dice to roll. I'm sitting here in limbo, and knowing that I've got to go. Come on to the top of that. Well, they're putting up a resistance, but I know that my faith's gonna lead me home. 'Cause I don't you tell me, come on, see. But I know that life will show me, but I know where I see. This Rasta boy is moving on. Sitting here with you, waiting for my last to go. Waiting for my last to go. I'm sitting here in limbo. I got some time to search my soul. Hey, the world there, they're putting up a resistance, but I know that my faith's gonna lead me. Come on. Sitting in limbo. You're sitting in limbo. You're sitting in limbo. You're sitting in limbo. I said you're sitting in limbo. I said you're sitting in limbo. I said you're sitting in a limbo, limbo, limbo. You're sitting in a... You're sitting in... You're sitting in... Oh, sitting in... You're sitting in a limbo. Yes, you're sitting in a limbo. You're sitting in... You're sitting in a limbo, limbo, limbo. You're sitting in a limbo. Go! You're sitting in a... Hey, you're sitting in a... You're sitting in a limbo, limbo, limbo. You're sitting in a limbo. You're sitting in a limbo. You're sitting in a... Hey. You're sitting in a... Hey. You're sitting in a limbo. You're sitting in a... You're sitting in a limbo, limbo, limbo. You're sitting in a... Oh no! You're sitting in a... Come on! You're sitting in... Yeah! You're sitting in limbo. Yeah, this is King Shamrock sitting in limbo, Jamaica, yeah? And the next tune is...
Wow. Amazing performance.
Awesome. So you had some answers to your question, Professor?
Yes, on my end, I could see one. And one of the main themes that someone mentioned, and I think I know what it is, I think it's Miss Elaine from Ottawa, mentioned the theme of poverty. Yes, you see this in the film quite starkly. As I mentioned, previous depictions of Jamaica on film, it was always the resort Jamaica, the nice Jamaica that played a background to people's exotic fantasies. But this film showed the importance of looking at things as they are in 1972, the poverty that existed, inequality. And it's not just the individual inequality. I think that's one of the things that the film really plays out. We're talking about global inequality. This film can be looked at as a metaphor for the first 10 years of Jamaica's independence. The film starts with our protagonist, Ivan, coming into the city from the country with all these hopes and dreams. It's kind of like emerging from colonization into this global city of independence with all these new nations. And the first thing that happens to him when he gets in the city, he gets robbed. It's the first thing that happens to him. He gets robbed. And then he tries to make an honest way of finding work and doing different things and going about it the honest way and keep coming against roadblock. And it's an example, it shows what happened with all the hopes and dreams of independence. And then you get into this global world and, you're robbed in a way. You're robbed with less access to trade, to global markets. You're robbed in terms of how multinational corporations are exploiting the country as soon as you get independence. So it was a metaphor in that way with the movie. Some of the other things that I saw in the film, and I encourage everyone to watch it. The film is available on YouTube. You can watch it in its entirety. We want to definitely support the filmmakers. So if you can, purchase the DVD, because you also get the commentary on the DVD from Jimmy Cliff and also the director, Perry Hensel. So, but in the meantime, you can watch it on YouTube and you'll see things like police corruption and police misconduct that, we're still dealing with all over the world. you'll see things like inequality. So we talk about poverty, but the film also shows us glimpses of people that are living the good life. In fact, the character that's played by Beverly Anderson, who will later be Beverly Manley, she's a wealthy woman. He goes to ask her for work, and she kind of shoos him off, and he's trying to just make an honest living. So you have that theme. You have the music industry and how artists are exploited for their work. I have a brother who's an up and coming artist, Zach Diamond. I'll just promote him on there because there's not a lot of people listening. He shot a video in Jamaica in February. And this film talks about the music industry and how artists are shortchanged for their work. Still going on today, and the control of music. Even in real life with this film, Jimmy Cliff's album, the soundtrack to this movie wasn't released in the United States. It was released in the UK and, of course, in Jamaica. But Island Records was doing some political maneuvering. They wanted to get Marley's album out, and they didn't release this amazing soundtrack with the songs you just heard. Songs like if you want it, what's the song?
Many Rivers to Cross.
Many Rivers. If you can get it if you really want it. And of course the title track, The Harder They Come, The Harder They Fall.
That's correct.
Wasn't released in the US, even though it's an amazing soundtrack, because of other people having control over an artist's music. We still see that today. So many themes. And there's the theme of relationships between men and women, and so many other themes. And I think the most important thing is struggle. The last theme I'll talk about is struggle. The main character in this movie, he's struggling throughout, but it's a righteous struggle. It's a righteous struggle. And we're all in 2020 still engaged in a righteous struggle. We heard the speakers earlier talking about the struggle for the diaspora to reconnect with the island, to reconnect with the rest of the African world so we can help ourselves and pull us out of whatever situations that we're in. So I have our ancestor Marcus Garvey on my chest, on my shirt here. And this film shows all of that. So it's a masterpiece. We have to thank Perry Hensel. We have to thank Trevor Rohn, and we have to thank Jimmy Cliff and all the actors and even the people that were in the film as extras. These weren't sets. This was filmed on location right in the heart of Kingston. So we have to thank all those who gave us this beautiful, authentic Jamaican story. And I encourage everyone to watch it, discuss it, and keep it alive, keep it going, and never forget the themes that are in it. And I want to thank everybody for allowing me to share the sound with y'all tonight.
Thank you very much, Professor Clyde Netter. We appreciate this, and it's good tribute to our legend, Jimmy Cliff. And you mentioned in your speech about the harder they come. And right up next, we will have Nadine Monroe, who is residing in Windsor, Ontario, and she's here to sing this evening, The Harder They Come. Let's welcome Nadine Monroe.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious home-style Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and rotis. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Foods. 403-230-1880.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Fire up the grill and spice things up, Canada, with Grace Jerk barbecue sauce and marinade. Infusing your meal with the delicious, authentic flavor of the islands. Bring the jerk to your barbecue with Grace.
Grace, Canada's favorite coconut water.
Spice up your next party with Grace Jerk Chicken Wings in 3 delicious flavors: hot jerk, mild jerk, and honey jerk. Pop them in the oven for 25 minutes and enjoy Grace Jerk Chicken Wings like nothing you've ever tasted before.
So we're back live. We're just waiting on a couple of your guests to come on in, but I just want to talk to you about the movie. You know, a lot of people, it's a traditional movie that a lot of people haven't remembered or seen in a long time. So Carol, what is your thoughts about the movie?
I watched it so long ago, Charles, to be honest. It's all vague in my mind. I mostly remember the soundtracks, like the Many Rivers to Cross and the Harder They Come and Shantytown. Those kind of things stuck in my head more than just the memory because I watched it so long ago. What about you?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it when I was younger. Okay, yeah. And then that when you're younger, and then you see these the clips in the movie. Okay, yeah. And I don't want to give too much away. Yeah. But there's a part that always sticks in my mind. Okay.
I know what you're talking about without you even saying it. I know exactly what you're talking
about. Prison, right? Yeah. Right, and then little things like that. You know what I mean? Like when you see these things and how to make your money and little things that you had to do, and you know to get your album out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The one person controlled everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you couldn't get that man even to listen to you, you couldn't get your record played. It was so hard to get that song played, and when it played, it was amazing. And to this day, if you look at it. If you really look at it, the music that we play today is a spin-off. Every bit is a spin-off of what from that movie right there. That movie gave us the generation of music.
That's it. That's true.
So I'm just, I know that was my parts. What's your favorite part, sir?
The shootout. And the reason why is doing the background research for this. You really learn the guerrilla tactics they use to make this film. You know, on a shoestring budget. And one of the things that you'll see, and I want everyone to pay close attention to this if you watch the movie again, they only had one gun, one prop gun. So that shootout is edited in such a way that it makes it appear that both guys are shooting at each other as they're running, but it's really, there's only one gun. So they would shoot, the one guy shooting, then he'd pass it to him, and then they'd shoot him. The camera would shoot him. So when not knowing that, if you don't know that, you won't be able to tell unless you look very closely. I mean, so it's a testament to the direction of Perry Hensel. But all the people in the movie, they're reacting. The people around in that scene are reacting as if something's actually happening. The children that are around. It's beautiful. It really is. How he wanted to bring in the community. It wasn't a closed set. They were run off by the police a number of times. So it started before the 72 election, before Michael Manley gets elected, who's his friend when he worked on his campaign. So before that, the police aren't, that friendly to the filming. So there were a lot of times where they were harassed by the police while they were filming, and things happened. But the shootout scene is definitely the one that when you watch it, knowing that, you say, "Okay, this is a masterpiece for what they were able to do."
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we have Nadine in the green studio ready to go. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask, covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutstar Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Yes, we're back. And before we bring her on, I just want to say on behalf of myself, you've taught me a lot. So we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time, sir.
And no problem. We do African history classes every Saturday here in Ottawa, and we'll do another film session soon. So I'll let everybody know. We can share it with your viewers, listeners.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Yes, Carol, that was a great segment you brought together, because I believe a lot of people, knowing now a little bit more about the movie, will enjoy the movie a lot more.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a refresher, and it's teasing me that I would need to go watch that movie again, because I watched it so long ago when I was much younger.
You know, the one thing before I bring Nadine in, I want to really look at that part where he said it was one gun in the whole movie, them passing it back and forth. I really got to go look at that.
I'm also intrigued, because I really don't like movies that has a lot of gun in it. So I am intrigued now to go and watch that movie all over again.
Yes. So let's bring Nadine in. Here she is. Hi, Nadine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm going to leave you with Carol, but enjoy. And ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Nadine, straight out of Windsor in your garden. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
We're so happy to be here. Happy Independence Day. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear this. The harder they come. Nadine, all right. Over to you, girl. Do your thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, they tell me up high up in the sky, waiting for me when I die. But between the day you're born and when you die, they never hear me when I cry. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now of what's mine. And then the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Ooh, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Well, the oppressors are trying to keep me down, trying to drag me underground. And they think they have got the battle won. I say forgive them, Lord, they know not what they've done. 'Cause as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now of what's mine. And then the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Ooh, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right. And I keep on fighting for the things I want. Though I know that when you're dead you can't. But I'd rather be a free man in my grave than living as a puppet or a slave. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now of what's mine. And then the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Oh yeah, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Hey, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all. Oh yeah, the harder they come, the harder they'll fall, one and all.
Whoa, wow.
8th Jamaican Independence Day from Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing. Thank you so much. That's a lovely rendition of The Harder They Come. Have a very good evening.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
That was amazing.
That was amazing and so creative. You know, outside, it looks like she's in Jamaica. Really beautiful. I love it.
All right. So we're going to come right back, play some of our sponsors. We'd like to thank some of our major sponsors like
That's right.
Knutsford Express. Without them, none of this would be possible. And if you have any questions, please put some questions in the comments in the chats and we'll bring you on live. We can bring your comments on and we can answer your questions. So thank you to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Thank you for making Knutsford Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Knutsford Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask, covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Knutsford Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Fire up the grill and spice things up, Canada, with Grace Jerk barbecue sauce and marinade. Infusing your meal with the delicious, authentic flavor of the islands. Bring the jerk to your barbecue with Grace.
Grace, Canada's favorite coconut water.
Spice up your next party with Grace Jerk Chicken Wings in 3 delicious flavors: hot jerk, mild jerk, and honey jerk. Pop them in the oven for 25 minutes and enjoy Grace Jerk Chicken Wings like nothing you've ever tasted before.
Yes, we're back live. Yes, we're back live, and we have some more performances coming up.
Okay, so yes, we have some live, some more performance coming in for you this afternoon. Just one more ad, Charles, so we could settle some things in the chat there for a minute.
Not a problem. Coming up next, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious home-style Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and roti. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Food. 403-230-1880.
Yes, we're back live. And once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors that are coming in. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Carol.
Okay, thank you. So up next, we have a presentation from Fatima. Started performing alongside her 5 siblings since she's 5 years old, where they were known as Salah and Family Steel Band. They performed for thousands of events and also participate in many annual competitions. Her vision one day is like her father's, to continue to teach the steel band and to continue to grow into a business there in Montreal and become accredited program to be offered in schools. So as you know, in Jamaica, out of many, we're one. So please welcome Fatima Wilson playing the pan, steel band.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatima Wilson. I am honored to be part of such a beautiful celebration, and also I hope you guys are all doing well, and most of all, you enjoy.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for that beautiful rendition, Fatima. Thank you so much. Up next, we will have Melissa Coke, Mel C, who will be performing Stepping Out of Babylon. Melissa Coke, known by her stage name Mel C, was born in Toronto, was raised by Jamaican parents, and continued to support her Jamaican heritage. Let's welcome Mel C.
Hello, everyone. This is Mel C, representing the Jamaican Canadian Association in Toronto, Canada. Happy 58th Independence Day, Jamaica. Peace and love. One.
Doesn't make me sad. Oh no, it doesn't bother me. Strength and honor is all I see. Oh, give thanks unto the Almighty One. He showed me what I had. He said, stand firm and keep the faith. Oh, your reward shall be great. And now I see the day when I'm stepping out of Babylon in New Jerusalem, in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon in New Jerusalem, in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon, stepping out of Babylon. I've got no alternative in a Babylon. Ooh, but I know, yes I know, there's a Mount Zion, and ooh, someday his children will find a way. So get up and don't let the devil lead you astray. I'm stepping out of Babylon in New Jerusalem, in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon in New Jerusalem, in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion.
Happy Independence Day, Jamaica. One love from Mel C.
I've got no alternative. There's a Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion. Stepping out of Babylon one by one, stepping in Mount Zion.
Fire up the grill and spice things up, Canada, with Grace Jerk barbecue sauce and marinade. Infusing your meal with the delicious, authentic flavor of the islands. Bring the jerk to your barbecue with Grace.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious homestyle Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and rotis. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Foods. 403-230-1880.
Wow. Wow. What a powerful rendition of Stepping Out of Babylon. Wow, that's amazing. I want to say to our viewers, don't forget to enter to win the basket. Don't forget to enter to win the gift card to Amazon. And don't forget to look on our website for all the sponsors. And we want to thank all our sponsors tonight. Thank you for coming alongside with us. Thank you for partnership in with us on this first virtual show. And we're really looking forward for more collaboration among the association from coast to coast. Thank you so very much for watching. Up next, we have Rhonda Thompson. Rhonda Thompson, also known as Phenom, has been an avid performer in Winnipeg and across Canada for a number of years, and in a number of genres, including music, reggae, hip hop, and gospel, to name a few. She happily ministered as part of the TLWC praise team and is also a member of the band Revelation and Jah Vibes. She's also an active community member, serving as a volunteer with the Jamaican Association of Manitoba, as a board member for the Black History Month Celebration Committee and Congress of Black Women of Manitoba, as well as lending her talent towards a variety of charitable organizations. Please put your hands together and welcome Rhonda Thompson performing a Bob Marley medley.
Greetings, everybody from Winnipeg. I just wanted to say happy 58th Independence to Jamaica and to all the people from across coast to coast. I just wanted to say hello and thank you very much to the organizers for inviting me to be a part of this. This evening, I'm going to be singing a Bob Marley medley, so I hope you enjoy. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Spirit up, yeah. Little darling, stir it up. Ooh, yeah. Come on and stir it up. Oh, little darling, stir it up. Ooh, yeah. It's been a long, long time since I've got you on my mind. Yeah. Ooh. And now you are here. I said it's so clear. There's so much we can do. Just me and you. Come on and stir it up. Ooh, little darling, stir it up. Yeah. Oh, come on and stir it up. Yeah. Little darling, stir it up. Ooh, yeah. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. No, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I said I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. No, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, they picked by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, our melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you, saying, don't worry about a thing, no, 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 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm saying, don't worry about a thing, no, no. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I want you singing at home. Let's go. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Say it again. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing it again. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Big up yourself.
Yay! Big up to you.
Yes.
Very, very good. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. That is
Thank
so
you guys.
awesome.
Have a great rest of the events.
One love, girl. One love. That is totally awesome. We thank you so much for that powerful rendition of the Bob Marley medley. And we have our next performer ready to go. And so up next, we will have a spoken word. And Dwayne Morgan, known for his social commentary, is one of Canada's most celebrated and beloved spoken word artists. Without any further delay, let's give a welcome to Dwayne Morgan. Welcome, Dwayne.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me. It is a great honor and privilege to be a part of Jamaicans coast to coast celebrating Jamaican independence. So thank you to the organizers for inviting me to be here, and to everybody who is tuned in right now. Just sit back and relax. I have a little bit of time and I have a few stories that I want to share with you. And, you know, my career has allowed me the opportunity to go to different places and see a lot of different things. And, you know, I have a philosophy when it comes to, you know, when I meet people and how I treat people. And that was the inspiration behind this first piece that I'm going to share with everyone. I turned on my TV the other night and I heard this woman singing, and the words of her song really got me thinking, what if God was really one of us? What if God was that man that we see on the bus listening to us cuss and fuss and discuss, the man that we don't know but we still choose to make fun of? What if he was there as a test to see how we treat those who God has blessed with life? What if God is the one trying to teach us wrong from right, leading us to the darkness, hoping we'll turn back to the light? What if God was that man that we see on the street asking for spare change or something to eat as we walk by pretending not to see? What if he was checking how charitable we would be when we come across those who are truly in need? What if God was that woman we see and we curse for not knowing her true value or her true worth, standing on the street corner, clenching her purse, single for offer kind words or for treat her like dirt? It is said that God will return as a thief in the night, with no pronounced arrival for those who want to worship or hide, which is why we need to live each day as a God are right here. After all, we are all made in the image of the Creator. Though we should not worship mortal man, acknowledge the presence of the Savior in every woman, man, and child. We need to love one another, never knowing, and we will be on trial. What would you say if you came face to face with God, not knowing until it was too late? Did you smile when you walked by, or did you cut your eye? You see, we are to be living as sisters and brothers, treating our elders as fathers and mothers, doing unto others as we would have done unto us. You see, many believe that God will return for the chosen, but what if God is already riding the bus? All right, so give thanks for just getting started. As we know, Jamaica is a very spiritual place. Everywhere you turn, there's a church, there's something going on. People are worshiping. So I always want to invoke the spirit and start off by bringing the spirit into whatever it is that we are doing. Now, you know, as we know, Jamaica is known for a lot of great things all around the world. So I had to write a tribute poem to Jamaica. The other day I met this girl and her name was Jamaica. From my first laid eyes, I thank God for the day he made her. She was sweet like sugar cane with a Coca-Cola bottle shape and skin cool like the island from where she came. She had palm tree hair that shined back with the sun. Her smile made me say cheese. Her cheeks were brown like Easter bun. Jamaica had a body that was cocked like a handgun. She had the kind of body all the other brothers ran from, but not me. She was sweet like greater cake in a world, bitter like bush tea. Coconut complexion, right mangoes above her navel, below her waistline, fine as a vinyl cable. She has smooth legs with no scales like fresh fish, fried plantain fingers, ackee yellow at the tips. Mine she polio, she have crazy glue. That was the word on the street from the boys in my crew, because Jamaica had 2 rows of breadfruits pushing out the back of her pants that made the man them turn fool like they were in an obia trance. And the way how her pepper was hot, enough man had to use protection, because nowadays enough pepper spoiling are causing bad infections. Boiled banana feet with no roasted corn. She was just a sweet flower that the bees love to swarm. And since we met, thoughts of her keep me warm. And when I start to feel down or a bit under the weather, I just think about Jamaica and everything gets better. One love, had to big up all of the Jamaican ladies who are tuned in coast to coast, worldwide, to this celebration of Jamaicans from coast to coast, celebrating the 58th independence of Jamaica. But in all seriousness, while that poem was, fun and, looking at some of the dynamics of Jamaica, we also want to talk about some serious things pertaining to that, because a community and a nation of people can only rise to the heights of its women. So at all times, we have to be engaged in elevating our women as much as possible. As men, many of us tend not to see women as complete human beings, so instead we break them down into parts, using Barbie doll images to determine who and what women really are. We've gone so far that we've made some women hate themselves. Dark skin still isn't right. There are products on store shelves to make dark skin light. For the closer it gets to white, the greater the chance that she might get a blind. Instead of fixating on her skin color, she can worry about her cup size. Because as men, we have some women staring at their chests, not satisfied with the size of their breasts, taking matters into their own hands, resorting to surgical implants, watching as their cup size grows. Young children are being born fed on hormones laced with silicone, as our misogyny condoned us being anti-women because we don't love women. We just love some parts of women, but the sum of her parts is her beauty. As men continue to compartmentalize her into thick thighs and booty, because it's our duty to find the woman with the nicest. And to compensate for those who don't have, stores are now selling underwear with pads, while those with too much are taking fat from the back and are putting it in their lips. And we wonder why some women speak so much, doing just about anything to be shaped like an hourglass. Skinny girls have eating disorders, thinking that they're fat, while big girls are on diets trying to look like that. And it would appear to me as though women have gone mad, trying to live up to these standards as we as men set but could never pass. So she tries to pass by introducing him to her soul, but his sole thought is that her soul is just a hole. So he loves her for her hole, and he thinks she's just a hole. He forgets about her soul and judges her by her hole. But men, we have got to love her as a whole. We've got to love her wholeheartedly, holistically. We have got to love she who holds the mystery to carry we to life. We have got to love her not by our standard, but by God's standard of perfection. She is deserving of love, respect, and affection, as is. The gods made no mistakes when they created their kids. We have to recognize that every woman is a star who needs to be loved for who she is and for the sum of all her parts. All right, so bless up to everybody who is tuning in. As you see on your screen, my name is Dwayne Morgan. Link me up online, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're at. Follow, support, and make sure that you always remember to show that love for our beautiful island of Jamaica. As we know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, from COVID, from Black Lives Matter, to all of these things. And when I found out that I was going to become a parent, there's a lot of thoughts that go through your head when you wonder about bringing a child into this world that we're living in right now. So these were my thoughts. It was 4 a.m. when she woke me, and I can still remember the cold sweat on the back of my neck like it was yesterday. 13 years have now passed. And I can still remember the pregnancy test in my hand and how it felt like my heart and my world had stopped simultaneously. And it sucks. But as the doctor was performing routine ultrasounds, I was hoping and praying that none of the squiggly lines that I was seeing would confirm this new being as a boy. And I don't feel good about it. But I've lived a long time in skin despised simply for its hue. So every November I go populous, not out of disrespect. I'm just not a fan of Remembrance Day, remembering that there has never been a plane sent to save us. We are the displaced. Our bodies and religion stolen. We were given a new prophet as they used us to make profits. Ask Nike what a black man is worth. For hundreds of years, we've been killed as a form of amusement, gunned down with no fear of repercussions, so don't blame me. for not wanting to be burdened by the birth of a Black boy born into a world built on his back, forcing me to teach him how to write and his rights, knowing that even my greatest efforts can't keep him alive when his skin is a threat. So yes, I stood there, staring blankly at a screen, hoping, praying to God that none of the squealy lines that I was seeing would confirm this little being as a boy. Maybe having a girl would increase my chances of not having a child who'd grow up to be a hashtag trending, because the killing of Black men has been a trend since forever. So we write Black Lives Matter, not to try to inform others, but to try to convince ourselves in a world that is constantly showing us otherwise. And my heart can't help but break for those parents who have had their children snatched from their lives. It was an April afternoon when I found myself pacing around the delivery room, wondering if my prayers would be answered at 3:20. The most precious little girl was presented to me, and I cried uncontrollably for hours, knowing that I had just been blessed. Not because having a girl would make her worth more, but because we live in a world where Black boys will always be worth less. All right, people, I'm gonna do one more last poem for everybody. I wanna thank the organizers once again for having me here as part of Jamaicans from Coast to Coast. And I'm gonna dedicate this one to all of the immigrants who are out there, like my parents who left Jamaica, came to Canada with the hopes of a better life. So this is dedicated to all of those Jamaican immigrants, wherever you might find yourself right now. January 1974, two immigrants huddled, shielding themselves from the Canadian cold, rubbing their bodies together like sticks in the hands of Boy Scouts, trying to recreate the Jamaican heat they had known well but had left behind. Paradise was now just a memory, tucked into that space behind the eyes, replaced by a reality of snow as they skated on thin ice as they tried to find this new life they had been promised and heard so much about. Nights of heat-seeking planted a bun in the oven. By the third trimester, an engagement ring came as they counted down to month number 9. Each October morning was greeted with a case of nerves as they anticipated whether or not this would be the day. 2 weeks came and passed. On a Monday, they congregated with potential grandparents to eat, talk, laugh, and give thanks to the Savior. Later that night, what might have been gas turned out to be labor. Relatively painless, 2 hours later, the two who had given up their son were given a new one, their first, born on a Tuesday. I was the immigrant's dream. My mom was a hot girl in the 70s, but having me made her lukewarm as she stretched from a size 7 to a 14 to accommodate my potential. So I always try to live up to it. Humbled by the sacrifices made by 21-year-old kids, I am the immigrant's dream. Cut from the same cloth, just another part of the quilt, so everything that I build is built on their backs. I take no steps forward without looking back. I keep my past in my present and my lineage in perspective so that regret will never be a part of our family's existence. No second guessing whether or not a better life ever existed. For as long as I continue bearing my soul through my creativity and my writing, there'll be no need for them to yearn for the heat from the Jamaican sun, because I am their dream. And when they look at me, I want them to see that their sun is still shining. Thank you all so much. It was a pleasure to be here, be a part of your celebrations. So big up Carol, big up Charles, big up the whole team in the background who never show up on the camera, but they're working hard behind the scenes to make this happen. And big up everybody who's tuned in, all the Jamaicans from coast to coast and all the people who love Jamaicans from coast to coast. Thank you for your support and supporting Jamaican independence. Back over to y'all.
Thank you so much, Dwayne. You are the sun that keeps on shining. Awesome. You're so shining today. And we're so grateful. I felt like I wanted to do some of this while you were talking, but I was off camera, so you couldn't hear me doing this. But that was awesome. That was a click in the finger moment for me. Thank you so much for that.
It was a pleasure.
I'm behind the scenes, but I just had to come on. You see the big headsets are on because I'm behind the scenes getting everything ready. But I just want to give you a big shout out. If people don't know, you're actually working with Camp Jamoki.
Yes.
And my son has sickle cell disease, and you're helping out Camp Jamoki with kids with sickle cell. So that's something, he's doing part of his time, teaching them how to do spoken word. So I just want to say thank you, because we have to acknowledge, people in our community doing great things with our children. So thank you, my friend.
That's definitely a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure. You're welcome.
All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Packaging and shipping can be stressful. Call the experts today. We have an affordable cost just for you. Jamaican owned, CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding at 416-357-4266, serving all CARICOM countries. CARICOM Freight and Courier Forwarding is always ready to support returning residents. We do hands-on packaging services, ship boxes, barrels. We also do custom crates, palletizing and wrapping. We can also arrange for door-to-door service in Jamaica. We will also deliver empty barrels to get you started. 416-357-4266. Call today.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutswood Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Yes, we're back. And before we move on, I just want to say that you did a phenomenal job. So please give Carol a big round of applause. She did an awesome job, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and I have to bring in somebody that's behind the scenes. She's always working behind the scenes strong. And I have to bring her on tonight because she's got her outfit she's on. She's on the phones all the time. Let me just bring her on the screen. Hold on. See, Michelle, see, she's always on behind the scenes, making sure that all of our guests is there. She's in her outfit. She's ready. She's always there, ready to go.
I'm busy. Hello, how are you? You're doing well.
All right.
To see you.
We're going to let her go. And then we also have one of our DJs that, he's coming up next soon as well. He's on other days, but he just wanted to come in and say hi. So DJ Funky, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So we're just letting you know right after the break, we're going to hear some music. So give us a little taste. What can we spread? Give us a little taste of something.
Well, first I must say happy 58th to Jamaica, celebrating the 58th year of independence, and I'm happy to be part of this. So I'm going to be playing some, this evening I'm going to be playing some Take It Back in Time for all the festival songs from 1966, and I'll try to do it up until today.
All right, so give us one little quick song before we say goodbye to Carol. Give them a little taste. What can we expect?
I'm just going to give you a taste. It's not going to be a festival song.
All right, give us a taste.
It's a Chronics.
I grew up in a place called Jamaica.
All right, that's enough. Don't give them too much. All right, we'll see.
And Charles, can I mention some of the sponsors before I go? I know we've been with the biggest sponsors are the Knoxford Express and Grace and the Caribbean Choice Food in Toronto, but I want to big up Aroma Spa in Ottawa for my Ottawa people. We have Flow Seniors in Ottawa, big sponsor. We have Zoom Entertainment. So Zoom is if you're having a wedding, if you're having a church function, whatever you're having, you can invite him and he will come along and take some really nice photos, memorable photos for you. So please go to our sponsors page and see other sponsors that are there, and they sponsored this segment this afternoon. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
So then before we let you go, let's just bring them up. There they are. There they are right there. As she said, it would not been possible without our sponsors. Some of our sponsors is right there. So we thank them. We thank all of our sponsors for doing what they do. Please go ahead, take a look. All the links are there. You can click on any of our sponsors, and we thank them so much for doing what they do.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. And you did, like I said, a fantastic job here. Thank you for coming in. But tell us before you go a little bit about your organization before we let you go.
Okay, so the Jamaican Ottawa Community Association, we are located right now at 400 MacArthur. The seniors meet on Saturdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They play dominoes, and look out for our Heroes Banquet coming up. We look out for and our fundraisers coming up, and we are here. We are open to membership. Our president is fairly new to the business, so we want the community to come and rally around her. There's always room for volunteers, so we're always looking for volunteers. And I must tell you, as a volunteer of the Jamaican Ottawa Community Association for over maybe 30 years, I don't want to date myself too much, but at least over 30 years, I've been volunteer for this organization, and they treat you well. And this is the reason why I kept going back to the Jamaican Ottawa Community Association. I want to send a shout out to Jackie, Jennifer, Melka, Elaine, Judith, Joanne, all those members who always supported me working in the Jamaican Ottawa Community Association. Big up yourself this evening.
All right. And just to let them know, tomorrow, it continues tomorrow.
That's right.
2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we have a kids corner for the little ones.
That's right.
Section for the youth.
That's right.
And then we also have big people time. So make sure you come in there. And then something that you don't want to miss, we have somebody from a museum. And you really got to get to know some of our history and knowledge from the museum. You can't miss that as well.
And we will be recognizing our pioneers, because most of us realize that there were many other Jamaicans who came here long before I came. And so we want to recognize them tomorrow. They came here. They did not stay lazy. They started organizations here and there. And yes, as Jamaicans, you know that we're resilient and strong. No matter how many times we fall down, we are guaranteed to get back up again. And I know these pioneers have worked long and hard, and sometimes feels like giving up, but they kept going on, and we're very grateful for that.
Well, I
will be recognizing them.
I had the great opportunity and pleasure of taking a sneak peek behind the scenes and talking to them. We're doing a run through. You can't miss that one. Some of the stories they have to tell, you cannot miss some of those stories.
Priceless. So come back tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to go for a quick break. And what after? We got DJ Funky coming up.
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask, covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutstar Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Yes, we are live. And this is the great thing about technology. You know, it works when it does and it doesn't when it does. But if you had patience, you can get what you need. I have this great guy, great sir, great gentleman coming up next. He's in the background. I can see him coming up. So in a few seconds, I'm going to bring him on when he's ready. There he goes. I can see him coming in a few seconds. Let me just see if I can add him to the screen. He's sitting down. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. How is you? How is you?
Listen, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come out and introducing us to you, because you're a man that's been in the game for a long time. So I wanted to say thank you very much for taking the time to come on our show.
Very welcome, Asa. Very welcome.
All right, my friend, the stage is now yours.
Yes, thanks you very much. No. Howdy do everybody out there in the viewing situation that is on with the live streaming. Now, of course, you know, I beg a pardon for the kind of delay in my coming on the screen, because I have to apologize. I am not into technology. And I was having a whole heap of problem. First of all, I start up the computer, and then my grandson was helping me. And first of all, after we couldn't get through, him suddenly tell me that apparently my computer that I am using is experiencing some kind of virus attack. Now, when I hear the word virus, I get up right out of the room and run go lock up in my bedroom, you know. Because the last thing I want to encounter in this time and of the area is anything named virus. Then, of course, you know, him educate me, come in the room and educate me that no, the computer virus is not contagious. I said, well, from I hear virus, I think in contagiousness. So him educate me, and then we rush go down the road to a technology shop, you know, to see if we can kind of come up with any other solution. Well, we were hurrying back to come to join you lovely, wonderful, luscious folks. When, you know, I said to the young fellow, we're running late, so put the pedal to the metal. Well, no sooner than we do that, he started to speed up, and when we looked, there was flashing lights in the background. And I said to myself, why are lights flashing after it's not Christmas yet? But when I take a stock, it was to serve and protect. So I say, young man, law-abiding citizens, as we are, pull over. So him pull over. And I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, this COVID thing, you know, this coronavirus is very bad, but in my case this evening, it worked out to be very good. Because when we pull over, and of course the police come out of him car after a long time, mostly checking our plates and so on, walking up to our vehicle. So I tell my grandson, power down the window. So him power down the window, and I don't know, out of the blue, one sudden gush of breeze just blow, kick up whole heap of dust in my face, go right down in my nose hole, and I start to see then the police jump right back and say, please go. I guess him afraid of the coronavirus. So you see, the corona really deliver us from a speeding ticket this evening. But listen, me, puss and dog don't have the same luck, so no don't bother try it when no traveling on the road. But I am so very glad to join you all here this evening for this wonderful celebration. Jamaica celebrating 58 years. Yes, man, this is perfect. So all of you who tuning in, Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans alike, I want to thank you for joining this wonderful celebration. All the people them in the diaspora and all them something there, wonderful celebration. You know, ladies and gentlemen, The only little concern I kind of have, well, it's many concern, but one of my major concern with this virus thing that is going on as we're celebrating our wonderful Jamaican independence here is the children. Yes, man, they picking them out of school, and all to the rest of it. And my philosophy is always that education is the great equalizer. So I don't like when they pick them that into school and so on and so on. And then you have to be balancing whether or not sending them back to school for the learning or so on, or keeping them away for the virus. Well, somebody was saying the other day that them here one lady say, well, she would prefer to have her picnic done and alive than bright and dead. But, as I said, education is very important, because what I always say, especially to the youngsters in my community, that I kind of nurture the young minds, because, we want them to turn out and be the men and women, the future of tomorrow for Jamaica, or wherever in the world we plant we foot as Jamaicans, because like Bojo said, anywhere in the world we go, we are known as Jamaicans. Yes, man, and we want to pick up ourselves and make Jamaica look pretty and so on. So I adopt a few of the youngsters in my community, and I try to encourage them to get a good education. Well, the other day, before this corona thing started, one of the young fellows come over to visit me, and I asked him, what is his grades like? And the young man said to me that he don't know. I said, how you mean you don't know what your grades are like? He said, well, he called me Grandpa. I said, well, Grandpa, my grades have died. I said, boy, don't be ridiculous. It's the first I hear say grades can dead. How you mean your grades dead? What killed them? He said, yes, Grandpa, all my grades have died. They have died by drowning. I said, boy, don't be ridiculous. First you talk about grades dead, now you talk about grades die by drowning. Explain yourself. He said, yes, Grandpa, all my grades have died by drowning because all of them is below sea level. I said, I never see nothing so in all my life. Anyhow, I had managed the young fellow and get him back on track. Because something, especially us we in the diaspora, and we come from our little country, Jamaica. We know that it is difficult when we come into this country, for example, and no matter how we have high education and we high degrees and with this and with that behind we name, when we come to North America here, or wherever in the world we go, we are not able to get right into the employment situation. Yes, man, that is always a problem. And so that's why, I like the theme for the evening, which is resilient and strong, because that is when we resilience come in, Because, for example, we know so when we come here, and we can get a job with free little education that we come from, as big as it might be. We have to go back to school or find some way of learning the North American education thing. So when I came first, I can give you a little experience with myself. When I came first, come with me nice degree them, And when I inquire for employment, same problem, couldn't get no employment. So I decided I have to go back to school. Well, I think the first thing was to do, which is what I did, was to research what is a lucrative employment situation in North America here. And then a good friend of mine who was here many years before me pinched me and said, the best thing you could get into, and you have the head feet, is to get into the veterinarian business. Yes, man, become an animal doctor. Because him say everybody up in North America here, pick me right up to adult, then love them pets. So I did my little research and I find out that is true. So what I did, I get myself into school and studied to be a vet. Well, I was doing a very prosperous business. One lady rushed into my veterinarian practice with a chihuahua. Dog hung up and bawling. Why? The dog is going to die. The dog is going to die. So I said, calm down, lady. I am a very proficient vet. let me examine the dog for you. So I examined the dog and I said to her, listen, me, the dog is suffering from a severe tumor at the stem of the brain, but I can do surgery and get him well in no time. She said, how much is going? I said, well, this is going to cost you 500 Canadian dollars. She said, sir, 500 to treat the little tumor at the back of the dog brain. And she started to excitement and so on. And so much so that I was overnighting a cat for another family, and he was in a cage nearby where my examination room is. And the lady was going so fussy that the cat started to gnaw the cage and the lock, and I had the chihuahua spread out on the examination table. She go on so till the puss jump out, the cat jump right out of the cage, jump on the examination table, run 2 times over the chihuahua. I say, you see what happened now? She said, what? I say, it's not going to cost you 1,000 Canadian dollars. She said, how it moved from 500 to 1,000? I said, well, 500 for the surgery and another 500 for the cat scan one just get. Yes, man.
Oh, thank you. Well, just let everybody know, if you need to get a CAT scan, do not. Well, thank you so much, sir, for taking the opportunity to come on. We really appreciate it.
Yes, you are most welcome. And like I said, I wish everybody a very happy celebration, Jamaica 58th anniversary. Do I have one chance for one more little joke?
Go right ahead. One more,
just to rub, because you see, in this era of COVID and all kind of different things going on, I want to admonish all of us Jamaicans to come together and let's unite and rally around each other, whether you're Jamaicans or whether you are not, and unite and don't try to find fault of each other in this time, because one Rasta friend of mine, give me this lesson. Many years ago, when I first came to Canada, I wanted to bring him up here. So I went back and we were going to the embassy, leaving Manitoba, going to Kingston to the embassy. Those years we had to travel in a minivan. Just as we reached Waterreas, minivan packed from capacity to capacity. As we reached going up to Fern Gully, so about 5 mosquitoes fly right into the minivan. And the first one that come in fast down himself in a ballad fellow hand. And my dread friend was sitting next to me, and the ballad fellow clapped the mosquito. So my dread friend that I was taking to the embassy was very angry. He said, "Hola, fire! Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I must destroy any of Jack creatures I have." So the ballad, you say, "See now, but that one bite I fired was to kill it." Well, my dread friend said, "Hola, fire! From now on, I want the just low Jack creatures seen." Well, by that time, the ballad getting ready and said, see now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest mosquitoes was the white forehead Aedes aegypti mosquito fast down himself in the dread deck back. Now listen here, I see it on the ballad, see it on the dread, feel it, but him never want to touch it because him just rebuke the ballad. Well, when he couldn't take it no longer after the mosquito extract about half pint of blood from him and he realized the mosquito are going to suck out all his blood, he reached on and said, "Pie!" So the ballad said, "Hola, fire." No, the I just tell I said the I mustn't destroy any of Jack creatures I. Well, my dread friend just shaking locks and said, "See now, but that one was a backbiter and John love the backbiter them." So listen, your crowd of people, John love no backbiter. So let us unite and rally around each other and support each other. Happy independence.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Yes, we're back, and there's Michelle one more time doing her thing in the background, calling up everybody, making sure everybody was on schedule. And Michelle, I just finished playing JTB, the Tourist Board commercial, and I can't wait to head back home. You know, go to. I'm going to go back, and I tell you right now, I'm going to be hitting about 4 to 5 different hotels. I just want to I just want to be pampered. You know what I mean? There's so many new hotels. There's so many great hotels that are there. I just want to be pampered. And if you just want to go down, make sure you go online, call your agent. You know what I mean? Book. Earlier today, Angela was on, and she was telling you about all the protocols. You know, so make sure you check out all the protocols before you start heading out. But you can still go down and have a great vacation. You can still go down and enjoy yourself. So make sure you go down, check all the protocols, but you know, go to your travel agency and book. So many beautiful hotels down there. So many beautiful hotels. All right. So we're going to bring in DJ Funky to funky us up. Let me bring in DJ. How you doing, sir? You ready?
Yes, I'm good to go.
All right, let's go.
So we're going to be taking you back from 1966 and it's 30 years and bring you right up until 2020 with Butcher. Here we go.
Yeah, can you hear that? Oh, can you hear that? Let me hear you play now. I am the man who fights for the right and for the wrong. Going there and going there, talking this and talking that. Soon you will find out the man I'm supposed to be. No, this time, I don't tell no man. What did you to show me again? You don't bring it back. Oh yeah, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Everybody get ready. It's time to rock steady. It's Bababoom time. Don't lose the beat now. Just dip your head down. It's mystical fight. You hear the people sing, oh, 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 people are dancing, teenagers romancing. It's Bababoom time. Ready, get you ready. Come to the rock steady. It's Bababoom time. You hear the people sing, oh, oh. Bababoom, oh, we're having a party. I hope you are hearty. We're having a party. I hope you are hearty. Sing it to me, children. Rum, ba, ba, bam, 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 ba, Intensify. Music like that. For your money's worth. Yeah. Music like that. For your money's worth. Sing it to me, children. Rum baba do bam 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 bam. Rum baba do bam bam. Intensify. Rum baba do bam 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 bam. Rum baba do bam bam. Burns like sun. Too much every man. Yeah. Girls like sun. Too much every man. Sing it to me, children. Rum baba do bam 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 bam. Rum baba do bam bam. Intensify. Rum baba do bam 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 bam. Rum baba do bam bam.
You're listening to DJ Funky.
Jamaica now is on the move. All are getting in the groove. Out of many we are one. That's our motto all along. So move up now, Jamaica, move up. Though some people say we are small, still we are not the time to crawl. Yes, we are small, but we are no pup. So that's why we are moving up. So move up now, Jamaica, move up. We are independent now. We come outside being on the road. Banana zero stories is good. And orange does is quite a few. But move up whether you high or you low. Whether you're a friend or foe. He's a perfect wonder. Why they were not needed, not borrowed outside. One more girl for the wedding cake. And the bottle of cola wine. All the people that dress up in a white because we found Johnson when we did no wonder. He's a perfect wonder. Why they were not needed, not borrowed outside. I'm not teaching her to wipe her eyes. I'm possession of the food and acting of the thing to school and all. This is no wonder. Let's get together. Come on and gather around me, children. Let's get together and sing this song. You've got to settle down, children. Let's all join in and sing this song. Sing it, boom, shaka, la, boom, 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 shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Hey! Wanna take the time to thank the Lord. Thank Him for the soul deep in my heart. Thank Him for the grass that grows on the land. Even the birds, it's a sweet song. Ah, get it together. Ah, can you dig it? Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom.
That is up to Louis with Shakalaka Boom Boom. 1970 as we hit 1971.
There we go.
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutswood Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Everybody Getting the line with this festival time. Getting the line. It's a happy time. Come on, everybody, and you are. Move your feet, everybody got to rock to the beat. Get in the line with this festival time. Get in the line with this festival time. It's a time we should all meet as one. So come on, my little daughter, let's go and have some fun. Get in the line with this festival time.
Here we go with Mr. Tingas. Show it!
Only Benji in the yard, she don't wanna phone. Wife and baby gone abroad, left him all alone. Wondering what kind of festival could I make him stay? Be more fun than I drop this version in the yard, sing a keep and moan. He said, play the music, jump like Lego beast. Shift the waters, love your daughter, but play the music, beat. Smoke it vibe and feel alright, but play the music, sweet, sweet. No matter what you do, you can't get through unless you play the music. Bongo Natty, don't race course, I sell most time. In the check, the festival, make the float them one. One is a version, but in my head, from I was born. Me never see so much people on their finger with evil scar. Me say, play the music, jump like Lego beast. Shift the waters, love your daughter, but play the music.
And of course, the next artist is
Lick your pipe and feel alright.
Finger Strut Brother.
Music sweet, sweet. No matter what you do, you can't get through unless you play the music. Everybody come, rock this music, swing this music, dance this music. Cause this is festival now, happy time now, joyful time. Come in here, tens of thousands, everyone then sing along with me. Sing hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Festival again, festival again. You should know that this is the time we should all come together now. Put on your let the sun get in the street. Move your waistline, shake your feet. That's a long swing a sway. If you are reading far away, I want that time, a nice time, a sweet time. Sing along with me. Sing hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Festival again. Sing hooray, hooray, what a festival. Everybody come rock this music, swing this music, dance this music. Cause this is festival now, happy time now, joyful time. Coming here, tens of thousands, everyone then sing along with me. Sing hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Hooray, hooray, what a festival. Festival again, festival again. I'm in a sweet mood, the other calication, people just is a festival. Jump in the line, shake your body line, drink beer, drink it, and drink on everything. I'm in a big mood, I'm in a festival. I'm in a sweet mood, the other calication, people just is a festival.
When you crave Caribbean food, come to Caribbean Choice Foods. Delicious homestyle Jamaican cooking, including Jamaican patties and rotis. Eat in, take out, and delivery. Or pick up the ingredients to make your own Jamaican feast at home with produce, sugars, spices, and seasoning. Plenty of hot pepper sauces and bags of rice to packaged goods and canned delights. Calgary's one-stop Caribbean food and grocery shop. Caribbean Choice Food. 403-230-1880.
Dan O'Donnell is an insurance agent at World Financial Group. Looking for financial security and protection throughout Ontario. Just give Dan a call at 613-521-0173 or email him danodonnell585@gmail.com. He loves helping young Jamaican Canadian families to get financial protection by the right investments and the right life insurance. Call 613-521-0173 to be free.
Give them a ball, run and make them come. Give them a screw first, run and make them come. Run and run and run and make them come. Rain and fall, but they don't take off. Pull up your sleeve, man, don't tell me about no harm. Come on, fat, just leave that heat. Let the man come dig ground with me. Today we sow, tomorrow we reap. Then everything will be sweet, sweet, sweet. Corn and yam, banana too. And now will I stop to walk with you? If them a drill like the one they make them come. If them a ballad, run they make them come. If them a screw face, run they make them come. Run them, they make them come. This is the land of my birth. I said this is the land of my birth. I said this is Jamaica, my Jamaica. The land of my birth. I will never leave her shores. I will never run away. I will always believe in the black, the green, the gold I say. Express you make my friend, not always a ritual. I said, this is the land of my birth. I said, this is the land of my birth. I said, this is Jamaica, my Jamaica, the land of my birth. Let us stop for a minute, put our blessings one by one. We should never be disloyal, but stand up and keep strong. My Jamaica is a beautiful island. She is the core of the Caribbean Sea. And our people they are free, no oppression yet to see. The prettiest woman there is. On the hills and the plains and the rivers and the valleys, I respect and to me. I'm a born Jamaican, I'm a son of the sun. I love the sea, I love the sun, Lord, I love this land. No matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water and white rum. I hear some people say they are going away. But if I believe, I will be going away to stay. I'm a born Jamaican, I'm a son of the sun.
Of course, this is the astronauts.
I love the sea, I love the sun, and Lord, I love this land. No matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls,
Coconut water and white rum.
no. I'm dreaming of a new Jamaica, a land of peace and love. So they can't see no more. That's why they keep us down. I know you so from here. That's why I love this song. So let me get you all the people know. As I sing this song, all the people know. As I sing this song, my children all around, they be I know them so from here. That's why I know this song. So let me get all the people know. As I sing this song, everybody say all the people know. As I sing this song, now they're singing la 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 la
You go, girl, you got the groove going. Going down through the years of festival songs.
All nation have the sensation, and every nation have the moderation. This is the time for a happy meditation. Nobody must enjoy the celebration, yeah. Mama, daddy, auntie, dada, and you, man, enjoy yourself in your home land. A little more, I and I will be. Go rub a bit, when I will in the sea.
OPSU represents approximately 165,000 members across Ontario. They are full and part-time workers, young and old. They trace their ancestry to all parts of the globe, as diverse a group as you could imagine. Our members work for the Ontario government, inside community colleges, for the LCBO, in the healthcare sector, and they are employed in a wide range of community agencies within the broader public sector. We are happy to be a sponsor, and happy 58 Independence, Jamaica. Buds in Bloom Floral Shop proudly serves the Woodbridge area. We are family owned and operated. We are committed to offering only the finest floral arrangements and gifts, backed by service that is friendly and prompt. That is why we always go the extra mile, to make your floral gift perfect. Let Buds in Bloom Floral Shop be your first choice for flowers. Call for your flowers today, 905-850-7329.
Name that drink. We want to engage the community in the bar renovation project at the Jamaica Association of Montreal. The goal? $6,500. How it works? You buy your ticket, or as many as you like for $10 for a chance to have your name drink at our bar. The winner will be announced on social media. Thank you. Now, name that drink. First come, first served.
Let the music play. Let the break away. Let the wheel and turn till the tumble down. Let the woman who want a man, I want a woman to jam. I want a woman. I need someone. Any woman who want a man, I want a woman to jam. Then we drink the rum till the morning come. Then we have some fun till the morning come. Any woman who want a man, I want a woman to jam. Time gets a little hard, turn round the forward abroad. Left me wife and picnic, talk about him down a foreign country. I told him that he visa, but he couldn't get no work. Cold was him, shut him up, he come back to yard. Jamaica, I'll never leave you again. I love you, I'll never leave you again. Jamaica, I'll never leave you again. I mean it, I'll never leave you again. Some let them nice grand woman and the nice grand poopa. Let them up a young tree, talk about them gone a foreign country. I told them that the visa, them bring back all the TV. Some bring Volvo and the video. Jamaica, I'll never leave you again. I mean it, I'll never leave you again. Jamaica, you are the land of my birth. I love you, I'll never leave you again. We are no more little youth until we are 22 in this isle of Caribou. Oh, when we were little babies, we had a teething pain to see. Then we started to crawl, and many a times you would have bought. But I am proud to be Jamaican, and I love little island. Oh, 22 years old, we are no more little youth. We come to the 22 in this isle of Caribou. I really I have got this feeling, a very high feeling, and when I get this feeling, a week, let me take it promotion. The father call the girls, say to the dog. I think I'm people I go call that promotion. People, feeling in the air. People, spreading everywhere. People, feeling all around. These people are gonna mash you down. People make you high, high, high. People make you high, high, high. People make you high, high, high. People make you high. And you will sing it.
See a good job, I didn't be there. I come to the rhythm of bread and drum. Dance all part, and the passes are play the rhythm of the rhythm now. See bird catch them, and the bird them and down ball of the rhythm slow. Jam me a jam, I rock me a rock. Such already for me and the dance. Cotilla mama, cotilla mama, cotilla, cotilla, cotilla mama, cotilla mama, cotilla. Say them a feel every when the damn not blow. Say them a feel strong when the dance says so. Say them a feel every when the damn not blow. I rock you to rock when the dance says so. Cotilla mama, cotilla mama, cotilla, cotilla mama, cotilla mama, cotilla. Besides, see the jet and in the door, I dance to the rhythm of where that go. Dance out hard on the passive of love, a clown and now you wait on. Church, I'm ready, everything of the clock. Church, I'm ready, I ain't gonna stop. Church, I'm ready, everything of the clock. I rock you, if you rock when the dance says so.
Give thanks and praise to the Father for guiding us through 25 years of independence. Give thanks and praises, we are 25. Though the road was rocky and the hills were steep, still we survived. With the faith and trust in the Father, He's keeping us alive. So give thanks and praises, we are 25. How good and how pleasant it is that we can live in harmony. That all races, color, and creed can live in peace and unity. Jamaica, our homeland, given from our father's hand. To him we give the glory and praise continually. So give thanks and praise. We are 25. Don't watch the body of the shadow of death. Still we survive with our hand in the hand of the Father. Our country will stay alive. So give thanks and praises. We are 25. Come on, the high in the air and praise Him. How we pretty little island praise Him. For the love in the nation praise Him. Let all the people praise Him. Praise Him. Praise Him. Will. Let's remember those who struggled for us. Our heroes, true and brave. They gave their life for us. Now we are free and no more slave. Remember Marcus Garvey, Sunshine Garden Nane, Oscar Mobile Man, lead it, fight so we are free.
We man and court in Jamaica Island. We have to notice what's around Banda. The national dish, African saltfish. The national flower, the gun fighting. The national bird is the hummingbird. Rastaman call it after bird. The national tree is the blue maple. The national color black, green and gold. Jamaica, Jamaica, A few kilometers from the city Gochi. We mentioned further in a sentence. Something exciting for everyone. They wanna be kissed by the people too much of anyone. This is our motto. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. Sweet Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. The longest beat and down on the hill. The tallest hill and her tree hill. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Island Festival, walking every woman and man. Island Festival, from St. Thomas to West Island, we see them dance. There is a jump and dance, there is a beat and turn. God will make the festival done. Yes, every time I see the man that comes home, I remember that the festival is soon gonna come. And every time I see the man that comes home, I remember that the festival is soon gonna come. When I get in that beer, yes, God was here. And you old Martin, and the back to Waka. Island Festival, walking every woman and man. Island Festival, from St. Thomas to West Island, now get in that beer. Yes, God was here. And you old Martin, and the back to Waka. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I am farmer, it's the market and combination. And everybody in a very mood. Love and laughter and good food. Happy reunion for very good friends. Old time something come back again. Every time I see the man go back up, I remember that the festival is soon gonna come. Join the line, join the line, join the line. Bongo knock chicken to inform it 7 days a week. You don't have no time to style up my check the farmers eat show. When it's a version, busting I made him up 7 days in a row. While in a plant up, while in a soak, in a rock all day on info. Join the line, reggae jamboree line. Join the line, reggae your roots and no vine. Join the line, reggae jamboree line. Join the line, reggae your roots and no vine. They done they know they in a fashion, done they in a top style. Everybody just a model and a pose and a show. Look at Kingston Harbour, how they polluted with waste, destroying our lives and natural beauty. Look how they polluting the environment. They pollute the place with all of them.
Fire up the grill and spice things up, Canada, with Grace Jerk barbecue sauce and marinade. Infusing your meal with the delicious, authentic flavor of the islands. Bring the jerk to your barbecue with Grace.
Buds in Bloom Floral Shop proudly serves the Woodbridge area. We are family owned and operated. We are committed to offering only the finest floral arrangements and gifts, backed by service that is friendly and prompt. That is why we always go the extra mile to make your floral gift perfect. Let Buds in Bloom Floral Shop be your first choice for flowers. Call for your flowers today, 905-850-7329.
Join the line, join the line, join the line. Bongo knock chicken to inform it 7 days a week. You don't have no time to style up my check the farmers eat show. When it's a version, busting I made him up 7 days in a row. While in a plant up, while in a soak, in a rock all day on info. Join the line, reggae
reggae jamboree line. Jamboree line, reggae your roots and over. Jamboree line, reggae jamboree line. Jamboree line, reggae your roots and over. Then they model a fashion, then they clean up top style. Everybody just a model and a pose and a show up in dance all floors. Them a drink up the rum and the beer and a rock in a dance all style. Everybody hands in the air in reggae jamboree line. Jamboree line, reggae jamboree line. Jamboree line, reggae your roots and over. Jamboree line. Celebration time. Oh, yeah. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. 1962, I'm living alone. Right now I am on my own. All these years, choose me country, the realest king, my name. They call me the island in the sun. They call me JK, they call me John Dum. They call me the land of the wood and water. They call me the land of the pretty daughters. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Think about it, I'm standing wood. Flying my flag in black, green and gold. Think about it, my football team. The reggae boys always on the scene. Think about it, my national bird. Stand still in the air and it fly backward. Think about it, my national dish. The swing like Inaki and Savage. Yeah, Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Jamaica, woy, woy, woy. Baby, baby, Highlander boom. Jamaica, Highlander boom. Yeah, baby, Highlander boom. Jamaica, Highlander boom. Boy, baby, Highlander boom. Jamaica, Highlander boom. Yeah, baby, nation a boom. Jamaica, Highlander boom. Celebrate, wave your hand and pick your foot straight. Show the world we are number one. 38 years we juggling along when it comes to it. Number one, our drinking water. Number one, our food and culture. Number one, our tourist report. Number one, oh, baby, I love that boom. Jamaica, I love that boom.
Hello.
Yeah, baby, I love that boom. Jamaica, I love that boom. Oh, baby, I love that boom. Jamaica, I love that boom. Yeah, baby, I love that boom. Jamaica, I love that boom. Jamaica, girl, anything they do, how them a wine, how them a move. Jamaican man, them a champion. Walk it out loud, the fish can make come. If you call on the drum. Number one, if you call on the nurses. Number one, Jamaican the teachers. Number one, our school and the teachers. Number one, oh, baby, I'm on the boom. Jamaica, Highlander boom. Yeah, it's crazy, but Jamaica full of niceness. Some expressing niceness, yeah. So come we give a little love we got. I feel we place and we must take it back. We got to give a little love we got. I feel we place and we must take it back. So come we give a little love we got. I feel we place and we must take it back. We got to give a little love we got. I feel we place and we must take it back. Every morning I awaken, and down here the news they reading. They say one more, two more, three more, 1 on the floor. nice like my Jamaica. Now when you sweet like my Jamaica. We spend time in America and in a Canada. Now we do me like my Jamaica. My Jamaica. Now when you sweet like my Jamaica. We spend time in America and in a Canada. Now we do me like my Jamaica. When me there foreign no breeze to bust me shut. Now me there Jamaica, whatever things they put me up. Like breadfruit and beer, ripe banana, mango, guava, guinea, melon and peanut. We've been down on the rock for so long. What could it be that we've done wrong? Let's check ourselves and we'll see that we're strong. Join hands together and sing this song. Oh, if we could love each other. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change this world. Oh yes, we can change this world. Pulling together, we can make this change. Stop fussing and fighting for material gain. Finding our hearts to break our mental chains. Give thanks to God again and again. Oh, if we could love each other. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change this world. Oh yes, we can change this world. You're my baby friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing with you. You're my baby friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing with you. You're my baby friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing with you. You're my baby friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing.
There's so much festival songs to play. We gotta play one more and then we get to the butcher, alright?
Love is such a beautiful thing. When we unite, oh what joy this can bring. Shouting from hills, the valleys and plains. Working together we can make it.
Some of the rhythms are boom.
If we could love each other. Oh,
some of the rhythms are not so good, but the lyrics is good.
Oh, if we would work.
But then we're going to still get the festival songs of all times, right?
I had this confidence. We can change the world. Oh, yes. We can change this world.
So we're going to play this one and then we'll get to the Buju Banton.
Things we achieve, should be blessed by the Father, mighty, mighty, mighty. We don't have no way like Jamaica. We can't know when I sweet like Jamaica. I Columbus came, when him last away. Here was the right choice, but him kill and him thief. When him never put up and say, Lord, Jamaica nice, the pretty whites and beach. Make the tourists come to the land of paradise, them come for your peace. In a tourist resort, and the food and the better spice. Why? Because they don't have no way like Jamaica. We can't know when I sweet like Jamaica. Because I will not need sweet Jamaica.
I gotta let this one run a little before we get to the Buju Banton.
We achieve to be blessed by the Father, mighty, mighty, mighty. We don't have no way like Jamaica. We can't know when I sweet like Jamaica.
Even though some of us is overseas, we still love the island. Still love the rock of Jamaica.
Some sweet reggae music, our people dance. Them no pass like gold and shelly. The big Don't think so we smart. One thing what we know about Jamaicans, let me stay far at all. You only want me till I'm running.
We're after this one, run, because we're gonna play the butcher after this.
So if you love your sweet, sweet Jamaica, put up your one them tall and tell them this. We never go like Jamaica. Because now we're not sweet like Jamaica.
Here we go with the 2020 festival song, Buju Banton.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man, don't respect. I want to hear. I respect and love, man, to watch Jamaica, and I'm doing there in the world. One eye, that guy won you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birthday pass I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birthday pass I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I am Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican. Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican back, cause I am a Jamaican. Now everywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. Although I will have to school, as I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can run, that is a Jamaican. When they see the Rasta man from Jamaica, that is a Jamaican. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, don't respect. I want to hear. I respect and love, man, to watch Jamaica, and I'm doing there in the world. One eye, that guy won you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birthday pass I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birthday pass I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I am Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican. Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican back, cause I am a Jamaican. Now everywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. Although I will have to school, cause I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can run, that is a Jamaican. When they see the Rasta man from Jamaica, that is a Jamaican. Dress maker, baker, tailor, shoemaker, market, woman in a junkyard. Rivers and streams, fountains and mountains. In a Jamaica we have it all. Now everywhere in the world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birthday pass I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. When you hear that music I play out the door, it must be Jamaican. When you smell the food I cook, when the breeze blow, got to be Jamaican. Hey, beautiful smile, God-fearing people, going across the world, get yourself simple, so simple. Yeah, and it's not your fault that you're so loving and kind. Up and down, sweet Jamaica, Jamaica is higher than man. No matter where I go, I am a Jamaican. No ID I not need to show, cause I am a Jamaican. Oh, them people they laugh so much, got to be Jamaican. They have overcome struggles and been through so much, got to be Jamaican. You're not all.
Yeah, this is the 2020 winner of the festival song competition, Buja Banton.
Yes, we are Jamaican. No matter anywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No ID, I'm an after show. I am a Jamaican.
I'm just going to play 2 more records before we sign out tonight. Nothing to do with festival song, but just to groove it. 2 more to go.
Thank you for making Nutswood Express your preferred transportation and courier service provider. We at Nutswood Express recognize the need to continue to provide a safe and reliable service. A service that reassures and offers peace of mind to you, your family, and friends. Passengers and staff entering our facilities will be required to wear a mask covering nose and mouth, and their hands will be sanitized and body temperature checked. And all tickets paid for via our website or mobile app will receive a 10% discount. Passengers will be allowed into our offices in a controlled manner, and social distancing protocols of 6 feet between each person will be observed. We will be operating our coaches at a reduced seating capacity based on industry guidelines. However, we will allow passengers traveling together to be seated together. Our coaches will be sanitized before each trip with environmentally friendly and hospital-grade cleaning agent. As an additional health precaution, we have installed air purifiers to significantly improve recirculated air quality. Thanks again for making Nutswood Express your choice. We look forward to serving you.
Original, I'm a granny name, take it Spanish non-original. Them call her sticker cause she don't normal. See a grandson, connect such a field marshal. If I dance at school, we are the principal.
We got to throw a chronics in there for you, right?
Microphone officials, give them a new style. Just Berlin and I'm in this summer well physical. But I'm off with book on the next microphone official. We read me Bible every day, and summer well biblical. I'm meditator in the morning, summer well spiritual. I said the original chronics representing from prison over life and that they can't be known. I grew up in a place called LFA.
And then this is my last song for the evening. Something from the Third World. Brand new song from Third World. I will say good night to you. Pleasure bringing the songs to you tonight.
Yeah! Now welcome to the Third World. How you be? Tell them say age is a number. Third world no study maths. Richie Day the Amadan. Age around my top of taps. Up to now no boy no play guitar. We bad like Uncle Cat. Maurice save a Papa son. Maurice play my super cat. Oh, one man so full of talent like the list just never stops. Going eruption beat like people and can sprint a dozen laps. He like an engineer. Jump back up in your back. Give the legend and the props. Real up down rebels. Reggae on them up. More money, more problems. Not to say I would have swapped, but it's lonely at the top. Some will say them are your friend, but are you alone and spend yes till every man a shop. One of you is things for cap. And I one whole of rems, cause you don't know the steps. Things sticky like so I stop. And one shepherd to a flock. See them hustle on the corner while they try to be a man, but it gets lonely on the block. And it's rough in the trap. And everybody need a hand to lift them up when they a drop.
If you're out there, somewhere feeling lonely,
you're not the only one.
You're not the only one. If you're out there, somewhere feeling lonely, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. So come on inside and tell me how you're feeling. Tell me all about the burdens that you bear. They say good conversations can be healing. You're not alone, 'cause I'm still okay. Some folks got to go on their own journey. But if you ever want to turn back, 'cause you're scared. Sometimes even highways can be lonely. You're not alone, 'cause I'm still right here. So if you're out there, somewhere feeling lonely, you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Say good night after this.
You're out there.
Somewhere feeling lonely.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. People always wonder what's the meaning of life if you're not living for yourself. And whenever you get that empty feeling, you're not alone. Have been no favor. When each one sleep, they close their eyes.
All right, this is how we say good night to you. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure doing this, and until tomorrow when we go to the dancehall segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, can we give DJ Funky a big round of applause, everybody? Let's give him a big round of applause. And do remember, we are back tomorrow. We have a full lineup tomorrow. So if you want some more information of what's going on, do take a look at our website. We have all the organizations on one website. So it doesn't make a difference where you're coming from around the world. You can check out the website. You can go on, hit the link down below right there. Check us out. And if you want to do some commentary, you can tell a friend, tag a friend, come online. Just like this lovely lady right here. She was with us earlier. You know, you can jump online with us. You can join us from anywhere, from around the world. We have commenters coming in. We had great people like Donovan. So big shouts out to Donovan. He hosted one of our episodes. To give Donovan a big round of applause as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Tell a friend. Let them know we are going again live tomorrow. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Be safe.